What up, everybody? Schulz here. As many of you already know, we started a new YouTube channel for Flagrant 2. There's a link right here that you can click on. I believe it's right here. I was pointing here last week. I'm not really sure, but just click on the link and go subscribe, man. You guys got up to 10,000 viewers or subscribers in the first week. That was unbelievable. Asshole Army is very strong. We're going to put extra clips up there, behind the scenes footage, a lot more stuff that we can do now that we have its own independent channel. So go subscribe to that right now. Tell your friends. That's where you can watch the clips, the full episode, everything. Eventually, we're going to stop posting those videos on this channel right here. So if you don't want to miss out on anything whatsoever, go subscribe right now. Enjoy the video. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Flagrant 2. No easy buckets, analysis by assholes, water cooler commentary for your sports needs. It's hot as fuck in New York for those of you that are not from New York. Let me get through these intros, bro. Shut up, man.
There's no windows in here.
This is what we gotta do is turn everybody's mic off until I finish it.
Damn.
It's mind-boggling. You're like a boyfriend the first time they're hooking up and a girl's like on top and you're just trying to like curl your butt to like slide the dick in a little bit because you're like, if I just get it in, then it begins, right? Well, the sex will happen.
You don't jump in soft?
Huh?
You never jumped in soft before?
No. So back to what we're saying. We should have to do we should do the cut microphone feature so we can get through the beginning section of this these podcasts. Right?
Just go.
So it is a very hot day here in New York City. 107 degrees they were saying it was outside with the whatever wind heat factor, and we're in the studio right now. And of course, the studio provided by Loudspeakers Network at Engine Room has no air conditioning. We've been complaining about the air conditioning for I don't know how long. I don't know, since winter.
No, it's since last summer.
Since last summer, we were complaining, and they keep on saying that they're going to fix the air conditioning, but it's not fixed at all. But don't worry, have no fear. Soon these problems will be solved. We've got a very interesting show today, guys. I think we should start out with the flagrant thought of the week. I know that Kaz is itching to get something out, so I'm going to go to Kaz first. Kaz, what is your flagrant thought of the week, Kaz?
The mouse fucking terrifies me, bro.
The mouse?
The mouse.
What's the mouse?
Disney.
Okay, talk to me.
The fucking mouse terrifies me, dog.
Talk to me.
I was watching that shit. And mind you, if the mouse ever cut me a check, somebody please cut this from the airwaves. But just watching that whole like Comic-Con shit with the MCU, and then bringing out Mahershala Ali like he's like committing to Duke and putting on that blade.
Yeah, that was great. That was great.
Fucking like all these A-list superstar motherfuckers, and this is not even like this. It's a drop in the ocean to those motherfuckers.
Right.
Like, just think like it's just put into perspective how much shit that they own. And I know
You're talked
about how Netflix was was on its last legs, whatever.
What happened this week?
Whatever. I mean, bro, Disney Plus. You know what I'm saying? Like,
outside of Disney Plus, what happened with Netflix this week?
Oh,
did you hear?
Nah, I don't know what happened.
The first time in the history of the company where they had a negative subscriber. They lost 130,000 U.S. subscribers.
Oh, shit.
TikTok.
Well, they're losing a lot of their big shows.
You called it early.
Friends.
Mm-hmm.
They're about to lose all the Disney Marvel fucking properties.
Yeah, they lost Friends and The Office, which was the only thing people watch. They don't create enough good content. Every once in a while, they have a show.
Every once in a while, yeah.
And they'll have a Stranger Things or House of Cards or that kind of shit. But like, they don't have enough quality content. What they was first to the market. You know what Netflix was? Netflix was, when like one of these little podunk towns opens a Subway? Right? And like, that Subway's popping.
Yeah.
Because it's literally the only fast food in the whole town.
Yeah.
Or it's the only food in the whole town in a lot of ways. You don't have to drive, whatever. So it's killing it. And then all of a sudden, a Domino's.
You know what Netflix was?
Opens up.
Blockbuster. Netflix became Blockbuster.
Sure. The thing that it replaced. Well, that's where we're going, right? But I'm trying to do like a non-movie analogy, right? So it's like we thought that it was doing so well because of how good it was. It wasn't doing so well because of how good it was. It was doing so well because of how convenient it was.
Yeah.
The Subway is down the block. If you want to go out to dinner, you got to go into the next town. Right?
Yeah.
Disney's moving into your neighborhood.
And it's like...
Now you got a McDonald's.
Bruh. you see that type of power is scary to me sometimes.
It's over.
Like it's terrifying, dog. Like they're putting out like C-level comic stars, and it's like shutting down the internet. They're not even like putting their dick on the table with the X-Men, Final Four, Spider-Man, Fantastic
Who's the
Four.
C-level? What are you saying?
Like Blade.
Oh,
And,
okay.
What's the other one?
Blade ain't Spider-Man, in other words.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they rolled out Inhumans or whatever the fuck it was. All the Eternals. My fault.
Yeah. Some
All these
Asian one.
The Asian one, like
Yeah,
Shang Li.
yeah.
I never even heard of the motherfucker, but
Me
people
neither.
are going
Yeah,
nuts over it. I'm just like, yo, the power to like just completely take out.
Y'all don't know that fucking Asian superhero, yo.
I had no idea.
Everybody
who it
freaking out
was.
on the internet.
So,
Y'all
it's
don't know
Shang
that.
Li? I'm like, I have no idea who Shang Li is.
That's
or
the
Shang
sauce.
Tsung.
Ain't no fucking Asian super. They just made that shit up, and you know Asians went wild. Like, I've been waiting my whole life for
Yeah,
this.
which I get it. I mean,
It
they're
ain't
half,
Naruto.
they're
It
half
ain't
the world's
fucking
population
anime.
or some shit. Like,
I didn't even watch this Marvel rollout.
I
didn't either. I saw that
I
shit
heard
on
about
Twitter.
Mahershala and I was hyped.
Yeah,
that's a great blade.
That hat thing is a great reference. It did look like he was.
Yeah.
oh, like he
That's
came
really
out
good.
and like they handed out all like the Black Widow hats, whatever.
The
And
Loki
then
shit is gonna pop.
The Thor movie's gonna be fire.
Thor movie gonna be fire.
And the Doctor Strange movie's gonna be fire too. But like it's just so crazy how they made this shit pop off with like their lesser talents. And
But
like,
that's what they
now-
did at the beginning. The
Yeah.
first Marvel movies, Thor, Iron Man.
People weren't checking for Iron Man like that.
I don't remember Iron Man being a big deal until the movie.
It wasn't.
He wasn't the
They had
guy?
like the little Fox cartoon or whatever, but like it wasn't like the X-Men cartoon.
X-Men,
or the
Spider-Man,
Spider-Man
Batman,
cartoon.
Superman. These are the guys. I mean, I know it's different brands, but like those are the comics I knew growing
Yeah.
up
Yeah.
as a kid. And I knew about Avengers, but like Iron Man is this massive movie.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
Thor, who gave a fuck about Thor?
Yeah,
I remember our boy Case Rosso made us go see it, and then we walked out like, that was a good movie.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
did not expect it to be good. And then who the fuck else they came out with?
I mean,
the Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah, exactly. Perfect
Yeah.
example. Like, didn't give a single solitary fuck about those guys.
Yeah.
Now I'm just like feeding for the third movie
Yeah,
and the
yeah,
cast
yeah,
and
yeah.
Thor and all this other shit. But it's crazy how like they're really got to get like they get Netflix the fuck out.
Bro, they've been planning this for years.
What's that song? I forget the lyric to it, but it's like, you know, bad boys move in silence.
Real G's moving silence like
Real-
lasagna?
like lasagna.
Yeah. No, but there's another one I'm thinking. Bad guys
Bad
move
boys
in
moving
silence.
and violence.
And
Is that
violence.
Biggie?
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever. Both of them work.
Okay.
Like, it's an example of how real G's work, right? It's like a Netflix might drop a big tweet or like a big, you know, meme or something like that, be like, we spent $10 billion last quarter on new content, whatever like that. Disney has been slowly acquiring shows, right? Disney's like, hey, let's make this Fox merger happen so we could bring everything like that. It's just these are
ABC.
slow, calculated moves. Hey, if we're gonna really own the Marvel space, we got to make sure we have everything that's in the Marvel world. And we're like, oh, that means we're gonna get X-Men in the Avengers movie. They're like, you stupid motherfuckers, you really think that? No,
Small potatoes.
That's not one
Small
movie. That's
potatoes.
nothing. We
Yeah.
gonna make sure we have the whole world locked. Then we're gonna get our streaming service set. Then we're going to put out our streaming service. We're going to charge half the price for Netflix. We're going to let Netflix build up the shows on their network first. You're going to do all the heavy lifting.
And the sneaky good moves is the Fox properties that they got to take off of everywhere else now. Like Family Guy, The Simpsons.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking all these
You know
like
what?
massive Fox properties.
You know what else they own? ESPN.
ESPN, dog.
What's the only thing people still watch live?
Sports. Yeah.
They I don't know if they've been plotting this for 10 years.
Wait for it. What I always said about Netflix is their salvation was tied up into one thing. They had to be the first streaming service to acquire the rights to live sports.
Yeah.
That was the only way that they could make it because eventually everybody was going to get into the game and they don't have anything good. And I was like, if I'm them, I'd pay every single penny to make sure I get the new NBA contract, to make sure I get the new NFL contract, new NHL contract. That's what I would pay every single penny. And lo and behold, Disney, way smarter than me, the people at fucking Disney, are going, we already got that. Slowly. So we already got it. Blah, blah, blah. I guarantee they release this, get everybody comfortable with streaming, and then they go, do you want the sports package too?
You want to watch UFC, ESPN Plus, NBA Finals,
Wait,
Monday Night
so check it.
Football.
So check it, right?
Anything.
So check. Go back. We're just thinking about regular sports, right? We're just thinking about basketball, right? We're just thinking about football. Wait for it. We're just thinking about football, right? They've already gotten you comfortable with purchasing pay-per-views through ESPN Plus.
Yep.
So now Disney offers the bundle pack. Remember when you
Yep.
got your landline, your cell phone,
Yep.
your internet? Here's your bundle. Oh, you're a sports guy and you're a Marvel guy? Like everyone at this table, more or less. I mean, to different
Yeah.
extents, but
Yeah.
we all
Are
enjoy
you
these things.
13 to 20 or 30 something years old?
Son, and this is how stupid Netflix is, bro. It's fucking idiots. And this is what happens when you're first to market. You don't see any other competition around you, so you don't consider it. But lo and behold, they're slowly digging out from underneath you your foundation. What were you saying now, Akaash?
I don't remember, but I remember Mark Cuban talking about the NFL, and there's a quote I remember. He said, pigs get fat and hogs get slaughtered.
Yeah.
Netflix became a hog. You know who's fine, off of your point? Hulu going to be fine.
Who's fine?
So Hulu's an
No,
interesting
see,
thing.
that's what I was about to mention. So Hulu tried to get in front of it by if you notice, they've been paying every athlete so much
Damian
money to be like,
Lillard.
oh,
Hulu has live sports.
Hulu has live sports. Hulu
Yeah.
has live sports. I'm afraid that now each sport, like NBA, NFL, is going to be on different things. So now it's like, fuck, we're going to have
think
to
for a
get
while,
Hulu to
we're
watch
gonna
every
pay
check
more.
it, right? So check it. Two things. One, Hulu's biggest problem is exactly what everybody listening right now is thinking, which is, yo, what the fuck is Hulu?
Nah, I kind of fuck with Hulu side.
Now
I watch Hulu.
you
'Cause it
fuck,
got- it got
you fuck
Seinfeld.
with Hulu,
Yeah.
you fuck with Hulu, but the majority of people don't know what it really is,
Yeah.
right? They go, oh, they got that show where they fuck the girls in the nun outfits,
Son, that show is pop.
right? but like,
They have the good Firefest documentary.
boom. So they have one Firefest doc, right? So they're like, are they Netflix? And then you go on Hulu and it's like, hold on, I could watch the episodes of the latest shows. I could watch The Simpsons. Like, I think Hulu's biggest issue is branding. We don't know what they are, so it's hard to buy some shit.
I don't think
you
they
don't know
what
what it
they
is.
are.
I think they know more than the public, right? So like,
Yeah.
they gotta decide what they are and then run with it. But I agree. I think for a moment in time, I mean, eventually we're gonna be back to square one, right? Eventually it's
Yeah.
gonna be all streaming services,
And
and
then
You
then
pay for everything.
one company is gonna go, hey, do you want all of them?
Yeah.
And then we're gonna go, yeah, sure. And I mean, how much is Netflix? 15. How much is the Disney shit? It's gonna end up being like another 10.
$40 for everything.
How much is
Why not cut
ESPN
the
Plus?
cord?
How much
Yeah.
is ESPN Plus?
I think 15 a month or something.
So let's say it's 15. Like a cable bill's $120.
Yeah.
We already
Same shit.
saving money.
Yeah.
Right? So eventually we're going to be back to where we were, which is fine because all what's happening right now is us just becoming mobile with our content. That's
Yeah.
literally the only shift is I used to watch TV on a TV and now I'll have the ability to watch it no matter where I go with my phone.
So what I'm wondering is why doesn't Time Warner or Comcast, do they give mobile in your subscription? You can watch anything mobile?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they're launching their own streaming service too, right?
So they have certain shows.
Like Warner Max or something. I forgot what it's
Time
called.
Warner or whatever, Spectrum got certain shows. I think Gabby Union got a show
Yeah,
on them. So
yeah.
I think they're trying to get into the content race, but I think they fail that race.
I know
think
who's
with
going to win? YouTube.
Okay, 100%.
Yeah.
But back to
gonna
just the content creator angle, right? What I think Time Warner just focuses on, I think they just fall back and then they go, all we're doing is offering internet. Right now we're double dipping, right? Right now we're like, yo, can we get in the content race? Can we get into the TV
But they got the
race?
Turner properties though. So
no,
that's
no,
NBA
Turner got the
TV,
Turner properties.
Turner's owned by Time Warner.
But no, Turner, which is what's it called?
TBS.
TNT,
CNN.
TBS,
HBO.
HBO,
Yeah.
True TV has their own streaming thing coming out,
Yeah.
which is a Turner streaming thing, not Time Warner.
It's called Warner something. I forgot what it's called. but
Okay,
it's
boom.
definitely-
Then the Warner one, fine.
Yeah.
They're all folded in with the Warner one.
Yeah.
That'll be another thing that we buy.
Yeah.
It'll just
Yeah.
be another one of the things we buy, and it'll have the HBO is really what's holding that whole thing together.
Yeah.
Maybe sports too,
TNT.
like you guys were
Yeah.
saying. But imagine you get your sports and you get your Game of Thrones prequels and that kind of shit. I want to watch basketball. I want to
course.
watch Euphoria or whatever that new joint
Oh, that's
is.
my shit. I'm actually mad we recording right now because I want to watch that.
So and if you had it on your phone, you could watch it when we're done.
Good? Yeah.
Right? So I think that's what we're seeing. We're just seeing the transition to mobile. It will happen. Netflix was first in the game, and the thing that all these other companies do that Netflix ain't doing, especially Disney, and Disney is the one why it's so scary. It's such a good conversation you brought up. Disney make money in other places.
Yeah. It's a drop in the bucket for them. That's what scares me about it. They're
Son,
so
they got the
fucking powerful.
dolls They
So
got
powerful.
merch. They got, right? Like, you're talking about a company. They got the actual
own
resorts.
An entire city.
Have you been to Disney World
Florida.
recently? It's fucking fascinating. Disney World is a zoo unlike any zoo you've ever seen,
Yeah.
and that's a quarter of the park.
Yeah.
Then it's a fucking princess amusement park. Then it's a Hollywood park. And my girl had a great idea. They have like a Hollywood section. What they're gonna, she said, and what they're gonna eventually do is make all that a Pixar park, and then everybody gonna want to go to the
fuck.
Toy Story rides and the
Simple.
Incredibles rides, and it's fucking.
Didn't they just do that Harry Potter joint? Is that them?
That's Universal.
Which is it?
That's
With,
not. That's a different
That's
park. That's
different.
Universal
Okay.
Studios. But
They
then
don't own it?
That shit is dope.
No.
I heard that shit is
I
dope.
went to
hot.
that Harry
I
Potter
went.
You
shit.
went to that
I went.
shit?
It's hot. I've
It's
seen the
good?
movies and it's hot. Yeah, it's
That
well
shit
done. And
is
Disney gonna
hot,
peep
son.
that, and they're gonna be like, we have every movie the kids want to live through.
yeah.
Yeah, we have Despicable Me World.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Anything
the
that gets
minions.
big enough, you could do. I mean, look, I don't know if we would go because maybe it's a little bit older, but like Marvel World.
Oh, I would go.
I'm going.
I'm
Son,
for sure
People will
going.
go.
Fam,
I saw the fucking
Hold
video
up,
games that
hold
they're
up.
developing.
Imagine-
I'm copping all them shit.
imagine in Marvel World. So I'm going to Japan, and you could get a license in Japan, and you could drive a fucking go-kart like you're dress up as Luigi or Mario or Toad and drive around the streets of
Mario Kart,
Tokyo
yeah.
as Mario Kart. That's the thing you could do, right?
They're
I
already the same
told-
size.
We
It's
doing
funny.
it, right?
You doing it?
Got to do it, right? Now, imagine we all go to fucking Marvel. I'm already getting geeked.
That
This what a
fashion
fucking
video
nerd.
gonna be so fire.
So check it, right? Imagine. Now you got me thinking.
I know, that's good. That's so good.
So imagine we go to Marvel World, right? And imagine you get to pick your character that you get to operate in Marvel World as, right? So you go Spider-Man.
Put on the Iron Man suit.
They got this.
But wait,
this
but
new
wait,
thing coming out.
but wait, right? You get to pick your character. You get to. It's not just an outfit, right?
Yeah.
There's shit curated to you in the Marvel world. For example, and this why it gets fire. Let's say you're Spider-Man, right? Obviously, you ain't gonna shoot a rope or something like that. But maybe there's some way where you can hook on to there's parts of the Marvel world where you get to hook on, and then you actually get to like monkey bar only with ropes, like on some Tarzan shit, whatever it is. Go from place to place. Now you're operating as Spider-Man. You went through the whole Marvel world as Spider-Man, but now you're like, shit, I need to go through the whole world as Iron Man.
So
What's
that's
Iron
what
Man?
they're dropping.
They also-
the VR thing.
So
Yeah.
that's exactly what I was gonna say. I
Yeah.
went to, I think it was the Animal one, Animal Kingdom. They have a Pandora ride. It's a virtual reality thing. You sit in a chair, but like you're strapped in. You put on goggles, and then it legit feels like you're flying on that Avatar Pandora.
Yeah.
But I remember the thought I had was, they really gives a fuck about Avatar? When they do this for movies people give a fuck about. So imagine flying through the air as they have an Avengers ride. All of us go, pick a superhero. Then you are that guy. You all fight a fucking villain or whatever. And then you're going to go wait in the 3-hour line again and switch because you got to be Thor and I want to be Thor. And this time you be Iron Man and I be Thor.
Dude, VR is fucking genius because
And
you
there's no
could
maintenance.
do. Wait for
Yeah,
it.
I was just
a
gonna say
VR. You could do yeah, that's true about the maintenance, but you could do VR and break it up in a character. So everybody who wants to VR Spider-Man, right? You do whole suit and literally put yourself into the robot.
Yeah.
And then the robot moves up as you shoot your thing.
They move you, yeah.
You move your arm. So you start really feeling like you start
it's an
really feeling
actual
like you in the
ride.
game.
Well, the shit felt like flying. I'm not bullshitting. It was like, the line was like 3 hours in the rain. Motherfuckers were walking out like, that was the craziest thing ever. Like, and that as something you care about?
Oh, son, I'm thinking about this right now. You could even have something that you hold on to.
Right.
And they could suspend you slightly. Like your feet could go down if you need.
Yeah.
But if you actually want to try to like...
Yeah, you
Low-key hold
gotta
it
go to
to the
like
VR joint you were
Universal,
telling me, right?
Because VR is getting so crazy now, and the Harry Potter rides. It's like because of the VR, the actual ride isn't that technical.
Yeah.
It feels wild, crazy, but if you take the thing off and just look at it, it looks like one of
Yo,
those baby
did that
roller
too.
coasters.
Son, they got a VR racism. Like, if you really want to know what it's like to be black in America, you should be able to VR as a black dude and like walk down the street, try to get a cab. You know what I mean? Like be walking down the street like some
Can I
white
touch
lady
your
got
hair?
her
Let me
purse
tell you
and she
something.
runs across the street to the other side.
But
She
if-
changed her purse. Like you could spend a day as a black dude,
Son, you
and
know
you
the
might
first
really
thing
feel.
that everybody's doing is looking down and pulling down the pants.
Hey, listen, you gotta have a good marketing tool. You know what I mean? Like you gotta have a
pull
cool
something out. I'm about
strategy.
to say, you gotta
Yo,
have something good to come out of that.
Real talk,
Shit.
fat white bitches everywhere just walking up on you for no reason. Dude, this is gonna be dope. VR black. That's
man.
what's up. I think that's a great idea.
Oh, this actually kind of segues into my flagrant take.
Yeah.
So this came from a lady asshole. So she's like,
So it's not your take.
I mean, we collab. So
Collab.
Collab.
she's like, if we all had to be gay, who in the room would you fuck? And
Oh,
you had
Eden, son.
You had to pick. Oh, that's your first
Eden's
pick?
the most supple.
You didn't even think. He do got.
Really?
Eden's got some
lady-like
little
features.
body on him.
Son.
You know what
He do
I
got
mean?
some
All
curvy
right.
features, huh?
That's funny.
Eden got the most body, son. None of y'all
Son,
got body,
my
son.
first pick,
Hold up.
my first
Definitely
pick was
can't be you.
Akaash. Was off rip. Off rip.
Have you seen his
Akaash?
body, son?
Son, but look at this.
I'm my own first
Look
pick.
at, have you ever seen Akaash come in with his hair not perfectly put together? Like, you know he's shaving down there.
No,
like,
I'm a
everything's
wow.
well.
Wow,
Like, you really...
I'm gonna wash whoever I fuck. That's not a question. I'm not gonna fuck him
Wait,
straight out
hold
the
up
gym,
though.
son.
We seen Kaz's thighs today.
This is true.
Kaz got thighs on
I
him,
do
dog.
got a
dog.
lot
Thigh
of
meat.
thigh meat.
Yo, that's
Kaz
a
out here
lot
like the
of
single
thigh
ladies
meat,
video.
A lot of thigh meat out here.
dude.
It's 100-some degrees, man. I had to.
I'm not fucking
Very light
Kaz the
shorts.
Stallion, bro. I need something smaller, more petite. You know what I mean?
Kaz the Stallion.
Big old freak.
Shit. Also, Eden's Latin. He gonna make you food and bring you water afterwards. You know, like it's gonna be real adorable. I love
Hey,
that
the
shit.
beautiful
All right,
thing about
Kaz, what's your pick?
Beautiful thing about fucking Kaz, he might not even show up.
No, you can leave
I'll
him
tell
and
you
he'll be
this.
okay
I'll
with it.
tell you this. I'm gonna come late though.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
That was good. I'm gonna come late. That's good.
That was funny.
All right, go.
Wait, do I have to pick one?
Yeah, you gotta pick one.
I already said Eden. He's soft and curvy.
What?
He got ass
Shout
and shit.
out to you,
Eden
Ellen.
gotta be yo, because Al got
Added
no
all the
lower
direction I thought
body,
it was gonna.
right?
That's
So
true.
Al, it'd be weird with you.
Yeah.
You know what I
True.
mean? Your upper body is good, you know, but like if you're fucking, you gotta fuck lower body.
Yeah, I don't got no ass.
Yeah, like
You got no
if the
cheeks.
question was like, who would we titty fuck or something like that? That's different.
You're nasty.
Different. Do you know what I mean? Like,
You just went too far with
who would we lay in bed and just like make eye contact with? Akaash got the prettiest eyes. Yeah. You got the prettiest eyes.
That's
son.
what I'm saying.
So
Akaash, you got my votes.
Yo, thank you, dog.
I got you.
that's what
Shit.
I
Eden,
know.
we still here,
Eden,
bro.
go.
We still here, bro.
Oh, no, yeah, I said Akaash too. He mad pretty.
Damn,
bet.
you're beautiful, yo.
That's Latins. They
Yeah.
love them fucking eyes.
I'm trying to see you at the end of the night though. I'm just one-hitter quitter.
All right, my flagrant thought of the week, it was basically today. Is like it's hot enough where I care about Muslim women. Like in the 80s and 90s, like when it's 80 and 90, right? I'm like, that's their culture. Like, don't tell them what to wear, what not to wear. You gotta let them handle them. Son, it was 107 when I got off the plane today. I was like, unwrap these bitches, bro. It's hot out here, son. 107 in the desert. This bitch got her eyebrows out barely.
Let them hoes drive.
Come
dog.
on, son.
You gotta walk everywhere.
my
God
God.
damn, man. Son,
my
you can't cheat on the bus right now.
Son, come on now,
That
bro.
hot ass subway station
That's
with the
how
burqa?
hot it was, son. I got progressive, bro. It gets a certain temperature when you start thinking about women's rights, bro. You know what I mean? Like, real talk. They need some freedom, son. Dead
That was a
ass.
good one.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Anyway, that was my flagrant thought.
that's a good
Akash,
one.
you got one?
Light
I had
layers.
one, but it's something we're gonna talk about later. So I'll see if I can think of another one in the
All right.
meantime.
Anything? Maybe any other little flagrancy? Any other little thing that we could?
No, I
Discuss.
thought Netflix fucked up giving Eddie Murphy that money.
Oh, they haven't done.
He hasn't-
didn't-
he
Yo,
hasn't
y'all
accepted
want to
it
know
yet.
something? I think I put that out there.
Well, I've said that. Hold on.
No, I think I put that rumor out there.
Oh, for the Eddie rumor?
Yeah, because I just texted Charlemagne and Van. I was just talking to some folks. I think I was up in Montreal at the comedy festival. I think someone just mentioned it, right? So I just texted Charlemagne and Van, and I was like, "Yo, I heard Netflix offering $70 million for Eddie to do the special, right?"
Yeah.
And then the first story to drop was on TMZ, right?
Uh-oh.
And then what happened was the comedians in cars
Getting coffee.
Yeah.
drop.
getting
Coffee
coffee
dropped
dropped,
that
so
week.
it seemed confirmed, or at least it seemed more likely
It
because
seemed like,
Eddie's
they were testing the waters.
Boom,
at
I'll be
least.
back.
Yeah.
right? Because I just made up that money. Like,
You know what's crazy? Why did you do that? You know what's crazy
I was
about?
just fucking with them. No, it wasn't even a bunch.
So if Eddie comes out in a few weeks and is like, hey, that's not true.
Just put bad pressure on Eddie.
Damn.
Yo, he deserves it. He needs that.
He does need that pressure.
I'm gonna be
though.
honest. I heard though he's performing and Kenya Barris is filming and putting some shit together for him. So that might be real.
Who's that?
Kenya Barris, the Blackish dude.
He
He did Blackish and Grownish and all the issues, and he's prolific as fuck.
Yeah.
But I actually said like 5 years ago when they were throwing money at Rock and Chappelle and Seinfeld, I said the ultimate flex for Netflix right now is throw $70 million at Eddie and then just own comedy. Like we are the motherfuckers for comedy.
You said that amount?
I said $70 million. That crazy? I said throw crazy because Seinfeld got 50, so I was like throw 70 at Eddie to do one.
Oh, Seinfeld got 50?
He got 50 for 3 plus comedians in cars.
Yeah.
Oh, that's way different.
Has
But
Seinfeld
Chappelle
dropped
got-
any yet?
Yeah, he did
Chappelle
one up
got-
at the comic strip where they like renovated it, and he did all his old jokes.
Seinfeld show was
Son, he did the greatest hustle in the history of hustles. Like, because he sold Netflix a special of his old material. Like, he was like, how about I do those old jokes I used to do at this comedy club? And they were like, okay. And then he was like, dummies. You know what I mean? Like, it's genius, right?
But yeah,
I mean, that show is pretty much the same thing, right? It's just like,
What, comedians in cars?
yeah, just
Hot
like
show.
pay for my cars. Let's go eat and have breakfast with people I would hang out with anyway.
Yeah.
yeah.
But it was dope. Like, did you watch it? The
No, I
new
didn't see the
season?
full Eddie yet.
I saw that shit was dope, man.
It was
I got
good?
to like maybe
I had
like
been hearing not as great. I always don't have time to watch it
go
somehow.
to the Ricky Gervais episode is the best one.
He's good.
It's
Really?
the best one. Yeah.
Seinfeld's a really interesting dude. What sometimes is
He's a beast.
annoying is when he talks to someone who's less interesting than him. He's not very good at making his guests interesting.
Yes. And I fuck
doesn't
with Jamie
care.
Foxx.
He
But that was
doesn't-
kind of the episode.
So here's the thing. He doesn't care if he doesn't care.
yeah.
Like, you could tell, like, he did an episode with Tracy Morgan, right? You just gotta let Tracy go.
yeah.
Like, Tracy's just gonna say funny, like, non sequiturs. It's gonna be funny. Yeah, she had chlamydia. Right?
Yeah.
Like, something. I took a barnacle off my dick. Right? He's basically like a black Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't get
So,
Tracy, bro.
regardless.
he still
regardless.
gets love for being bro man, but
Yeah.
that's it.
I don't get
for
it.
me.
So,
He doesn't make sense.
and we can get back to that, but like, I think what happened with that episode is Seinfeld cut all of Tracy's funny lines, and it was just kind of more about Seinfeld talking,
Yeah.
and there was whatever. But then when Seinfeld talks to someone who's actually curious about, like the Jim Carrey episode was fascinating. Like
Yeah.
when he's really into you, you can fucking tell.
So the episode, the Ricky Gervais episode, I think you guys should watch because it's super fucking interesting and it speaks to this shit, right? So they're talking in the car, right?
Yeah.
And the episode's called China Maybe, right?
Right.
So they're sitting there talking, whatever.
Yeah.
And Ricky Gervais asked Jerry Seinfeld, like, I guess he was saying something about, like, oh, you know, if you have cousins, they may all look alike. So, oh, where would you go or somewhere where everybody probably looks alike? And then Seinfeld, like, waits, there's like an awkward silence, and Seinfeld goes, China, maybe? and then immediately Gervais starts fucking dying laughing because, like, are you going to keep that in the special? And the whole rest of the episode and the next episode, the part 2, is literally a conversation about, do we keep this joke in this series because, you know, of
PC audience.
and then it was all like the layers of like knowing it's fucked up and saying it. So me knowing that it's fucked up and saying it, of course I know it's wrong, but like it's a joke and it's comedy license. And I think it's really interesting. Like if you guys like watch that shit, because I was watching that shit and just seeing like the thoughts that comedians go through to get. It was almost like inside jokes.
Inside joke.
It was almost like inside
Yeah.
joke. It was like the thought process of like going to an offensive joke and knowing you can get like Seinfeld. Like he said it and he knew he could get away with it.
Yeah.
With the way he said it, and Ricky Gervais was almost like you expected him to say it. And the
Right.
reason why he thought it was so funny is because he was like, everybody expects me to say that shit.
Right.
But Seinfeld's such a comedy, like fucking, you know, savant.
Connoisseur, yeah.
like he gets it. And
he
like
loves comedy. That's his religion.
Yeah.
He's a real comic.
Yeah.
and the whole rest of the episode, like they keep having awkward pauses for like 5 minutes, like eating breakfast. And then he goes, yeah, but do you think people will get upset? And then it would just keep going back. It was
I gotta
so
watch
dope.
it. That's
It was
good.
so dope. You gotta watch that shit, man.
Nah, that's good. The he really does love comedy. Seinfeld. It's
that's
cool
that's
to
the
see.
one thing you get from them.
Because he got
specials,
all the
man.
money in the world. He still wants to do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
There's but what were we saying about this? It was Eddie. Back to Eddie
Right,
with the 70 mil. So I tweeted something out that some people thought was crazy, but I thought it could very easily be possible. I was like, Eddie should self-produce, put it out on pay-per-view and all the like make his own app, essentially make it available on all cell phones, etc. Very easy. Charge $25 for it and then release it globally. Anybody can buy it. The old people buy pay-per-view on their TV. The young people just download the app and do it right there. You get to keep the special when you're done. And I think you can make $500 million.
Nah.
500 million.
All you need is 20 million people globally to buy your special.
Individually, though. So
Yeah,
you need-
individually.
Yeah.
And I think what happens is when you make it available on your phone or your TV, there's less watch party. And I think 25 is the price where you go, we don't need to watch this together. 60? Everybody come over, let's watch Eddie.
Son, I'm so Indian. I was like 25. We need at least 5 people.
I was about to say 25 is a lot.
So check it. You'll go, I don't know if you ever go to like iPick. You ever go to iPick?
Yeah.
That's a $25 ticket.
Yeah, but
I
they give
picked
you
a movie
food
theater.
and
Yeah,
shit.
you got food at your house.
Unfortunately, you're just thinking a little like you're showing your age.
I was about
Anybody
to
younger
say.
than us does not.
So here's the thing.
know Eddie. For
Everybody
comedy.
knocked me on that. They were like,
They only know him
young
as
people,
Donkey.
Exactly. Young people know him as Donkey or Shrek, whatever the Shrek shit. Like they don't know him. Young people ain't got no money.
They do. They got disposable income.
Nah, young people don't got no money. The young people are broke, bro. They're saving up for Jordans. Everybody
Son.
30 and up, check it. Everybody from 30 years old to 77, because my dad's buying that. Everybody from 30 to 77 has money. Every 30 to 77-year-old, even 80, fuck, anybody alive, 30 to alive is going to watch Eddie.
Just because you have the money doesn't mean you spend it. Kids spend money.
I don't know.
That's why you market to kids all the time. They
Yes.
go, daddy,
Kids
daddy,
spend
daddy.
money.
Got
Let
a
me get
credit
$20.
card, son. They
Yes,
can't even
do.
buy that shit.
That's how all these apps are making mad money because they get daddy's credit card and then they just spend them shit.
Yeah.
So it's Xbox games where you have to buy bonuses and shit like
It's
that. That's
what's called play-in or what? TLC. Yes.
But here's what I'll say though: we're all arguing the amount of money. I think he could make more than 70 million.
Yes.
I don't
Right.
think so.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's not worth it. But it's, and I've tried to calculate it. It ain't worth it. And the way that I put it together is this: I go, do more people know about Eddie than know about Floyd Mayweather?
I think so.
I don't know. I think right now more people know who Floyd is than Eddie.
Guys, without a doubt, more people know about Eddie and Floyd Mayweather. 2, it's not even fucking close.
How
2,
so?
But globally,
And he doesn't have a Twitter account.
go. Son. Let me ask you a question. Do you think 20-year-old kids are paying $70 for pay-per-view?
No, but they know who you actually. They
Careful.
know who he is.
Careful. So your guys' argument was based on the idea that only kids buy shit. Now,
No, I'm based on.
Floyd Mayweather makes $300 million a fight, right? Who's buying those fights? Adults. So if more people in my mind know adults, we're just talking about adults. If more adults know who Eddie is than Floyd, which I believe to be true, especially globally, I 100% think it's feasible that Eddie could make that type of money on a fight, on a special.
I'm sorry. I don't think stand-up has that type of excitement.
I
of
think
a
Eddie's
draw.
different. Maybe it's my
Fighting is
bubble.
like, oh my God,
Yeah.
two people
That's
are going
true.
against each other.
That's
He's
like-
fought 50 times. Eddie's done this twice. We have a third one possible. That's exciting. All you need to do is build the fucking hype. Again, we're not even considering the hype build. Like, we're not even putting some posters
Imagine
up.
Kevin Hart. This is tough to imagine, and I love him, but he's fucking everywhere right now. But imagine Kevin Hart just went away. Just suddenly stopped doing stand-up. He's still in movies, but like the Kevin Hart stand-up, imagine it stopped after Dangerously Funny or Seriously Funny, whatever it's called. All of a sudden, he just stopped. Peak of his game. 20 years later, he's like, you know what? I'm coming back out. Every person in this room isn't buying that special?
Yes, but
We did it with Chappelle. That's the
because
example.
Kevin is
Yeah.
still active, and Chappelle
No.
proved
Imagine
himself
Kevin just
by doing little spots. Like, is Eddie just gonna pop up on a scene, or you're gonna see him working material? Because
No.
we heard whispers of Chappelle coming back.
Yeah, of course. You got to work it out.
Okay,
I think it's different with Eddie though because like I don't think people talk to Kevin Hart or even to your point, your example of Floyd Mayweather. I don't think people hold them in that standard as far as like people who came up under him. You know what I'm saying? Like Eddie Murphy had all the GOATs came up out under Eddie. Martin, Chappelle,
Rock.
Chris Rock, fucking everybody who popped off in the 80s and 90s came up under Eddie Murphy.
It's a great point.
And Floyd Mayweather doesn't necessarily have that. But what Floyd Mayweather does have, he's on TV way more than Eddie is, just because he's an athlete. And he's sort of younger than Eddie.
Well, globally, I was saying people watch Eddie Murphy movies. Globally, they don't really care
You know
about
what I
boxing.
would do about this special? I'd have Chris Rock open and Chappelle open and whoever the other biggest comic
These
in
are
the
the
world
undercards.
open. That's the undercard,
Yeah, you
right?
do that. Then now you
Then
talk.
you get your 500
Now you
million.
talk.
Now, they would do that. Let's say you paid each of them $5 million to open. They do 5-minute sets, 10-minute sets, and they're included in the special. You telling me a comic wouldn't take $5 million for 5 minutes?
Oh, sure.
I think they do it off the strength.
I was
to be
about to say,
honest.
like,
they
I
would
think they do it off
definitely
the
do it off the
strength.
strength. But if Eddie making $500 million, and then they're like, "Yo, give me 5, give me 10," they're like,
And that's
"All
why
right,
they
man."
love Eddie though, because he wouldn't let them do it off the strength.
Oh, of course, of
He'd
course.
make sure
Okay,
they
yeah,
was
he
very
put them all on.
correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. So it's like he got so much goodwill with these guys, right? So now you have the biggest comics in the world that are the most popular co-signing and on the fucking fight card with Eddie. Like, all I'm saying is you do not need the networks for this shit at all.
No,
Like
you
Akaash
don't.
said, you can make more than 70 by yourself. I think the limit of it is 500. I think you can make 500 at $25 a pop. And real talk, if I was Netflix, what I would do is if I did release it, that would be the first pay thing. So I would do, if I'm Netflix, I go, yeah, you pay $15 a month to have this, but this is a Netflix pay-per-view, meaning if you want to watch this, it's $3. Don't charge a lot, but you can make $3 a pop. Now you make some of that $70 million money back.
I can see that.
Interesting.
See, now you
That
building it up
strategy-
more. Like now
Yeah.
it's not just Eddie reliable.
Yeah.
Now you're getting major cosigns different.
In a way, that's how
the
they
hype
brought
train,
Chappelle
though, I
back.
hear you.
That's how they brought Chappelle back when he was doing Radio City. Before he would go on, he would have like Childish Gambino.
Oh, yeah,
like,
build the
fucking all
buzz.
these like current guys, like yo,
Hype
just
it.
so hyped to be on the bill with
How
Dave
you gonna have a
Chappelle.
guy that steals jokes on his special? Who stole a Patrice joke, Childish Gambino?
Oh, he did.
Yeah, about how he always needs receipts. Patrice did that in a special. Like, you gotta know enough comedy to know that.
So do you
So if you
think
wanna get
people
accused of
have
rape or
the
whatever.
mental capacity to actually spend?
Did you say compacity?
capacity?
Okay.
That's because I'm gay. But the mental capacity to actually spend an additional $3.
I think that you just build it into Netflix and it's so easy. And
Yeah,
they
just-
just charge it to your bill. They already got your credit card.
People
And
Do
don't
you
even
want to
think about
purchase?
Yeah.
then
They don't even think about it.
And
Like,
now that's the future for Netflix, because now what Netflix could do, but Netflix problem is they don't make money outside of Netflix. But now what you could do is you could say, Will Smith, we want to do a $300 movie with you. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to charge $5 to watch it on the Netflix platform. And we would.
That's smart.
Yeah.
That's
Right?
really smart.
Because it's still cheaper than going to a movie.
And guess what? You don't need to cut it with the movie theater.
Yup.
oh,
The ticket price at the movie theater is cut,
Yeah.
right? You might charge 15, but the movie theater getting 7 or something.
If that.
They're getting less?
Yeah.
Maybe the movie theater
Movie
getting
theaters make their money on popcorn and all that
right,
shit. Yeah.
right. So, but they're gonna get something. They're gonna get something, right? So maybe they're gonna get 5. But Netflix is like, all right, boom. Why don't I just charge you before the cost of the movie theater?
Yeah.
Simple as that.
That's smart.
All right. So while we're talking about comedy, this is an interesting story. Came out this week. I think is very important for us to talk about specifically because of flagrancy and the line that can be crossed in comedy, or if there is a line that's ever crossed in comedy. A lot of you guys probably heard about this story. There was a comic, her name is Dina Hashem, and she was on a show on Comedy Central called Live at the Comedy Cellar, and she told a joke about XXX Tentacion. And the joke was essentially, she says, there was this rapper named XXX Tentacion, and he was murdered. He was murdered while he was at a car dealership. He brought $50,000 in cash to a car dealership to buy a car. And I saw this story, and I thought, if that isn't the best commercial for Venmo, I don't know what is. I remember watching this story and going, I need a Venmo account. Now, this joke gets out there in the world. I promise nobody watched it on Comedy Central. That's a fact. But this joke gets out there on social media, and XXX Tentacion fans get really pissed off about. They're furious. There's comedians calling for Comedy Central to take it down. For there are people out there in the world that some of us may know saying that whatever happens to this girl because of this joke, she deserves, etc. A lot of bad things essentially put out there in the world. And you have a situation where it seems like an argument is being made to censor comedy. And it's important to kind of like back up a little bit from this, because I think what's really going on here is you have XXX Tentacion fans, and a lot of people don't realize this, but he was their Pac. Like he was more than a rapper to these people. He was like a spiritual guide. He was a lot of times their confidence. He was someone who made them believe in themselves. He became more than just an artist to these people. And then he was taken away from them very quickly. And they had a lot of anger about the way that he was taken away. And there's no place to put that anger. And then this joke came out, right? And they're like, oh, finally, I have a place for this anger. I'm not over the fact that X is dead. I need to put this anger somewhere. This girl is a place where I can put it. And it seemed justifiable because it seems as if she's making fun of his death. She's actually drawing a bridge between two things, and that's how jokes work. This is a joke that's paralleling these universes, not going, hey, look how funny it is that a rapper died. But it doesn't matter. There's a lot of anger, and that's what, the pressure was being put on her. Now you have this situation where people are calling out comedy, right? You have a lot of rappers and rap fans saying that this is disrespectful, this is distasteful, and this is disgusting. Incredibly ironic because these are adjectives used to describe rap for so long, right? The exact argument has been made about rap, and especially gangster rap, in which why you shouldn't be able to have that music as a genre because it is distasteful, disrespectful, and wrong, right? So we get into this conversation of should a joke be allowed and is a joke allowed when it really has nothing to do with the joke. It just has this anger that didn't have a place and all of a sudden a convenient place popped up, right? I mean, these fans started like releasing her address, releasing her phone number. She had to switch her phone number. Sending death threats to this fucking girl. She's a 4'11" Iranian girl from Jersey, right? Like, I didn't follow X's death that much, but like, I don't think the same smoke was going to the dude who killed him. You know what I mean? Like, it's easy to, put a 4'11" Iranian girl's address out there. It's not easy to put a motherfucker who murders you outside the car dealership address out there, So it gets put out there. And you have this situation where, is the joke wrong? Is it not wrong? This, that, the other. Listen, obviously, this podcast, Flagrant 2. Obviously, you guys are familiar with my comedy. I think you can write a joke about absolutely anything. The only thing that matters is if it's funny. I 100% support her right to do the joke. I don't think she has to apologize about jack shit. Just like I don't think rappers have to apologize about anything. Why? Because there's always going to be somebody offended by everything. And the second you start apologizing for jokes or not doing jokes because it's offensive, comedy dies. That's the death of comedy right there. You tell a joke about vegans will be offended. You tell a joke about pedophiles are going to be offended, right? People out here trying to justify the joke by going, were you familiar with X's past? X beat women in the past, or he beat his pregnant girlfriend. It has nothing to do with his past. That has nothing to do with why she's allowed to make that joke. She's allowed to make that joke because that's what comedians do and that's what we're allowed to do. Okay? We just have to make the joke funny. And that joke was funny to that group of people. The group of people that watched that joke in that room didn't know who she was. That was a completely neutral audience, and they laughed. That's it. There are going to be people in audiences that do not find jokes funny. They don't find sexist jokes funny, racist jokes funny, homophobic jokes funny. That happens all the time. Just because you don't find something funny doesn't mean it shouldn't be done. Simple as that. And I think we have a lot of people out here that were virtue signaling, a lot of people out here that saw this as a convenient time to get some like credibility and build up some goodwill. Right? But in reality, nothing really good happens from that. It's like no joke is going to take away X and no joke is going to bring X back. And no post defending X is going to bring him back or take him away regardless. So we come to a time where it's like, are there certain topics you just shouldn't be allowed to joke about? Absolutely not. It's funny jokes and unfunny jokes. And you know what? Comedy's subjective. Comedy's subjective. Now you have a situation where there are comedians that were calling out the comics. Ape shall not kill ape. Right? That's something that comics run by. It's like, maybe we don't like a joke. Maybe we think a joke is bad, but we're not publicly out here talking about it. You're not going to see me publicly out there talk about it. I'll handle that within the comics. Simple as that, And the reason why you can't have comics publicly shaming other comics or publicly saying another comic shouldn't do a joke is because it's a perfect way for the PC mob, if you will, to go, see, even comics agree it's bad. It's like you need to be united right now, especially at this time where like comics are this hot button topic of people who are excuse me, are pushing these like hateful agendas or this, that, the other. You can't have it happen. But what we also can't do is this comic who came out and he maybe started this. He started this like a viral buzz about this clip. What we also can't do is dogpile on him. Because just as Dina has become the figurehead for X's fans and their anger about X's death, we can't make this comic, this shit on Dina, become the figurehead for our displeasure with PC culture. Right? Because it really ain't about him. We're all angry as comics that we can't say certain shit, and every time we do, we got to worry about being canceled. Right? So it's like, for me, everybody was going, yo, why didn't you tweet something about this, that, the other? And it's like, I got to operate in a little bit different way with this type of thing. I feel like when the story first dropped, is comics tweeting to other comics and then rap fans tweeting to other rap fans, right? There was really nothing done. So I had to see, like, I had to make sure everybody behind the scenes was cool. I called the first comic who tweeted the thing or Instagram the thing or whatever it was and told the Comedy Central to take it down. And I had to, let him know. I was like, buddy, we can't knock each other. We can't take each other down. And I know you think that this is the right thing to do because you're probably hurt. You're a big X fan, but your brothers and sisters out there, your comedy brothers and sisters out there are going to feel a way about this. And I don't want you to get the smoke. I think the best thing you do is reach out to Dina and just say, yo, my bad about this. We're together as comics. I reached out to Dina. I made sure she was safe. People were threatening her. So I just wanted to make sure she had security. I was going to provide security for her. Thank God, Corinne Fisher from the Guys We Fucked, the girl, she was like on Comedy Central's ass immediately. She got them to provide security for Shorty. So like her and her family are safe. But it's one of those things like we got a responsibility as comics to protect comics when they go through this kind of shit. Because if we don't, then we're all done. Simple as that. If you got comics getting death threats over a joke, and other comics aren't there supporting her, it's a wrap. If that means making sure that we, pay for her security. If she gets kicked off Comedy Central for this, then tell her she could open for you. Take her on the road. If there are comics listen to this shit. If you got a show, put her on the fucking show. Show a sign that you're not afraid of you're not afraid of cancel culture. It's easy to tweet about it. Do something about it. You know what I mean? Tweet out a video that she got. See if she can get some followers out of it. It's very easy to be active on social, but it's hard to be active in real life. And if you have any ability to do that, go for it 100%. Because it sends a message to the world. Yo, if you try to cancel us, we're just going to get bigger off it. I dare you to. You try to cancel Akaash, boom, the community comes and helps out. There was a comic in Canada who got convicted of a lawsuit for $40,000 because he made fun of some cripple in the audience. And he had to pay $40,000.
That's crazy.
Right? $40,000. And you know what the comedy community did?
Paid it.
Paid that shit. Did some benefit shows. His name was Mike Ward. I'm trying to get him on Inside Jokes this weekend, matter of fact.
You're lucky you don't live in Canada.
Facts.
You be bankrupt.
Game over. So it's like, but what we need to do is come out. We need to do it in 100% support. You got to get behind Dina as a comic, as a fan of the Flagrancy. You got to get behind Dina for what we stand for. Now, I totally understand how it hurts you if you're a huge fan of X. I was a fan of X. You know what I mean? I spoke to X a little bit on Instagram. You know what I mean?
He was a fan of yours.
Yeah, he was a fan of mine. It was a fucking, I thought he was a wildly talented, brilliant dude. Mm-hmm. This doesn't take away from that. Everybody could get these jokes. And our philosophy has always been, if I don't joke about you, I don't respect you, bro. I pity you.
Yeah.
And that's why we joke about everybody, and that's why we knock it back. A lot of times jokes, they just reflect the things that are most difficult for us to deal with.
That's how we cope.
That's how we cope. So it's like, and I try to tell people who do this like PC type of humor, I say to them, I'm like, that won't last. I was in this interview up in Montreal, and they're like, what do you think about the little bit more, safe, friendly humor? I was like, it won't last. They're like, what do you mean? It's like, it won't be there throughout time. They go, what are you talking about? I go, if you look at the jokes that have existed for hundreds of years, let's say street jokes, a Jew, a Christian, and a Muslim walk into a bar, right? The core common denominator in those jokes are always either racism, homophobia, pedophilia, murder, sexism.
Yeah.
It's the hardest shit for us to deal with morally.
Right.
We joke around because, like you said, we want to cope.
Yeah.
Right? Because she saw this thing that was probably devastating. She probably saw the picture of X slumped And she was like, fuck, that's fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
That makes me feel uncomfortable. And what do comics do when we're uncomfortable? We fucking joke about it. That's our way of coping with it.
Yeah.
It really is. So I want to open this up, for discussion, but I just wanted to get that out there and thoughts, guys.
I'm not a comedian. I'm not a rapper, but like I'm a big fan of comedy. I'm a big fan of hip hop. So like for both sides, I thought it was a good joke. Like she could have went so many different ways. Like I like X's music. I also know X had some fucked up shit that he went through and done and was convicted of and all this other shit. She could have went so many different ways with that joke. And the way that she wasn't making fun of the fact that he was dead. Like he didn't make light of the shit that he did, which she could have done as a woman, and the PC mob would have been all gung-ho about it, probably. But I just thought it was, I thought it was a good joke. Like,
it is a good joke.
I didn't feel no type of
there.
way about it. Like, it was, to me, comedy is when, because, as soon as she said, because she started a joke like, so are you guys still mourning XXXTentacion? And you hear the ooh in the crowd.
Right.
And that's my favorite type of joke, because I'm like, where are you going to go with this?
Yeah.
Right? Because it's like the same with like 9/11 jokes, Holocaust jokes. Shit, the most terrible things in the history of life always starts with a ooh.
Ooh, yeah.
And then
100%.
where you take it is always what lets me know if you're an actual good comedian or you're just saying shit to get shock value.
Totally.
Are you an actually funny person? If you, like you always say, like, could you find the humor in some super dark shit? And she found it, and I thought it was a good joke.
100%.
And I fuck with X, and I fuck with, like, I
Both,
was
you can
really
do
close
both.
Exactly.
You can do both. You can
Exactly.
really love X, respect
I like
him.
his music. I like his music.
Look, you can
Whatever
really
he's
like
done-
his music, respect him,
Yeah.
and also like a joke and think it's funny.
Yeah.
You can really hate 9/11
And what's the wild
appreciate that joke that Jeff Ross said to Pete Davidson at the roast.
Yeah.
Like those things can both happen. You're not shitting on X's grave by laughing at, and you can also not like the joke. Guess what? You're allowed to do that.
That's totally fine.
What were you saying, Akaash?
I just think this is actually an even better Venmo commercial than X's death. Because they getting wild publicity right now for free. Ain't they the big winners of this whole thing?
Cash App is freaking out right now, son.
I was like, damn, do I got to switch over to Venmo?
Bruh.
Cash App's so convenient.
That's funny, dude. Yo, if Dina, that is funny.
They need to cut her the check.
Bruh.
Nah, Dina needed to open with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I thought of a good Venmo commercial. But look, see, that's a brilliant joke by Akaash. And it's about a really fucking difficult situation. You're joking about a girl whose family and her are getting death threats.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's funny.
Yeah, that is comedy. Comedy comes from tension, scientifically, psychologically. If there's no tension, it's not funny. So,
Animals that don't feel, don't laugh.
yeah.
Like dogs feel. So sometimes you could see a dog laughing. I've never seen a crocodile giggle. Right? Like you never see a crocodile like bite a deer's head off and then the deer's still moving a little bit and be like, this just doesn't happen. Right? So it is a way that we cope with this fucking difficult world. I'm sure you're looking at this story, you're being like, man, this bitch is probably really going through it. She's having a tough time. Right. And then you're going, oh man, actually that's the best. This is the best Venmo commercial.
It's got to come from that. I also think we're not gonna name the comic who did this, but like whatever dragging he takes from other comics, I feel like an example is kind of being set, and that's not the worst thing, because that is to me the cardinal sin of any family. And we talk about our community, comedy family. You don't talk shit about your family publicly. I got beef with my family member. Yeah. We've had blow-ups on this podcast. We're family. We talk about that shit 100%. Off air.
Yeah.
For you to say anything about another comic's jokes, especially like you said, empowering, this is not okay.
Right.
Who gives a fuck about okay and not okay? Is it funny or not? This is not called okay. It's called comedy. It's not called acceptable.
Yeah.
It's called comedy. Be funny or don't. On a binary, funny, unfunny, this is funny.
Yeah.
The degree to which you find it funny or you laugh at it varies. But generally speaking, it's a funny joke.
And you keep it in-house, like you're saying. It's like, there's a reason why, we're not going to name his name right now, because we got to handle shit inside. We got to handle shit as part of the community. And that's what it is.
They'll play by the rules.
We got listen. That's G code. To be
Yeah.
honest, like it's going to be very rare where you even see me criticize. The only time I'll criticize a comic is theft that I'm sure
Yes.
they're doing.
Yes.
If it's not 100% confirmed, I won't even say it because I'll go to them first.
Yeah, that's the cardinal sin, stealing jokes.
That's the call. It's
And
like
for that you get dragged.
and to be honest, like when we had that little situation with my Inside Joke show, I didn't name those comics.
I did.
Yeah, we kind
you
of did
did?
that for you.
My bad.
I don't need to. I don't need
Actually,
to
I
follow.
don't
the
know.
No,
comedy.
you
I don't
go.
know if
Hold
we
on,
did.
hold on.
I don't need to follow the comedy.
Hold on one
G-code.
second, real quick. We didn't,
Okay.
No,
I know
we-
we did something on Patreon. We didn't do anything.
but
on
I
the
didn't
radio,
do
so
anything,
I don't remember if I said their names.
and you
or
didn't
not,
do
to be
anything
honest.
here.
Okay.
You know, I'm pretty
I'll
sure.
have to comment on their shit.
Could y'all explain outrage to me? Because I think something's wrong in my brain. Like nothing outrages me.
Okay, so here's the thing.
You're more
I'm
secure.
gonna break this whole shit down to you, and this is all right. You ready for it?
Yeah.
You ready for it? Here we go. We got to go back a little bit. America and the first world, the West, if you will, loses religion. Okay? Religion stops becoming part of our lives, right? When you don't have religion and nothing to replace it, you lose purpose in a lot of times.
Okay.
You and I have purpose. We've created it in our career. Okay?
Okay.
We want to take on the biggest fucking networks in the world. Just me, you, and a couple other people out here creating content daily, changing the fucking game. We've created purpose. But not everybody is like that. Some people just have a shitty job that they go to and, a life that's kind of boring. And ain't no heaven at the end of it because they don't have religion, right? So what you have to do is you have to find another outlet to create purpose. So what religion gets transferred is into outrage culture, right? Like, and this is what I was talking to Tim Dillon about, Kurt Metzger, and they both were talking about this as well. So I have to credit them for this idea, right? But Tim and I were talking, I think Metzger brought this up. So vegans are religious about veganism.
Yeah.
Okay? The woke community is religious about their wokeness. Okay? Cat people are religious about cat. Animal rights people are religious about animal rights.
That just clicked.
Wait for it. This now I'm gonna blow your mind. This is Metzger's point, right? Here's the problem. So all these people have become religious about theirs. The Antifa, the people that are protesting.
Far left.
Feminists have become religious about feminism. Here's where you get to blow your mind, right? Problem is, they only took the bad parts of religion. They only took the shame. They only took the hate. They only took the anger. They only took the us against them mentality. They didn't take any of the forgiveness, the love, the kindness, right? That religion said, hey, you don't agree with me? Hey, you've done something wrong in Christianity? I forgive you. I'm going to turn the other cheek. I don't want to fight you. Ain't no turn the other cheek with Antifa in Portland. They're going to throw a milkshake at you. They're going to swing at you.
So they're
right?
basically just Muslims.
Hey, so
That joke came from thousands of years of hatred. Not by me, but conflict, dark places.
that joke was brought to you by 107 degrees Fahrenheit. So you see what I'm saying? So what happens is these people create y'all ever wonder y'all like why motherfuckers care so much? Like I was up in Canada, I mentioned Trump even at the Toronto show where we mentioned Trump and people started booing. It's like he ain't even your president. Son. What the fuck you care?
Yeah, stop
What the
it.
fuck you care?
Nothing he does affects you at all. Why
Son,
do you-
if somebody told me the Thai president said something disrespectful about women, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah, like my
Who
thing is like when I
cares?
see stuff that even real fucked up shit, I was just like, yo, that's fucked up. That person's a piece of shit. But like,
you just gotta
alright.
move on.
You got purpose, bro.
Yeah.
When you got no purpose and something triggers your purpose, you feel like you have to defend it with all your might, right? Another thing Tim said that was interesting is like these people think they're at war, right? They think they're at war. Now, when you're at war, anything goes, right? You're at war and a little kid walks down the street, he got a grenade in his hand.
Yeah.
Adios,
All's
Junior.
fair.
Yeah. Because
All's
the mentality in the war
You gotta
is this
go.
is bigger than me.
It's me.
I'm willing to give everything.
So why is it
So
that
even
these
if-
motherfuckers that love animals so much walk up to some 90-pound Ukrainian model as she's on the runway and chuck a bottle of paint on her and shit? It's like,
Sending death threats to Dina. We're at war. I'll take your life. This is war. That's interesting. I always thought there was a emotional kind of high you got, or like feeling of you get to run away from your own feeling of shittiness if you get to say this guy's worse than me. Everybody look at this guy.
It's like Glass House.
100%.
Glass House,
I mean,
bro.
that's the beauty. That's the thing about religion. Listen, this is perspective that I have on religion, and y'all know I was raised with no religion.
Yeah.
I understand the value of it because most people do not have purpose in their life, so you need to give them something to distract them in a positive way before they die. I mean, it is a beautiful fucking thing because we fall apart without it. So to what you were just saying right now, what was the example? It was...
I'm going to make this... I don't feel good about myself, so I'm going to point out everything that's bad about this guy, so... That takes me away from that guilt.
And look how genius religion is, right? It goes, all right, I know humans feel like that. That ain't even a fucking unique thought. We all have that thought.
Yeah.
And then Christianity, Judaism, Islam, like I'm sure Hinduism has its version of that, goes, hey, don't judge.
Can I tell you another thing
You know
they
what I'm
said?
saying? Like it just cuts it off. It's like, all right, we know people do this judging shit. Yo, let's cut that shit off because you'll be happier if you don't judge.
You know another thing it does to get to the root of it? Not only does God love you, God is within you. You are God. How can you not be good, not good enough? How can you not be bad?
And guess what?
What do you have to be insecure about?
Hey, you are God. God is in you, etc. Right? But I keep fucking up. Oh yeah. We forgot to tell you, you're born to fuck up.
Everyone
Word, I'm born to fuck up. Yeah, you just gotta try your best. I just gotta try my best. And what happens if I fuck up? I forgive you. How could you not join? That's the motherfucker. Imagine there's no religion, and then a dude comes up with all this shit and starts telling you, it's like, that's the Costco.
Sounds like
that's
a great
Sam's
idea.
Club. That's BJ's. You telling me I could get a jar this big of mayonnaise, so I don't gotta keep going back and getting mayonnaise?
You would pick mayonnaise.
Damn right.
You know what's interesting about religion? Because I used to always say the South is so much more friendly. Just don't talk about God, and you're good.
Okay.
And then in the Northeast, it's more difficult because everybody got their own version of God, and that's the thing that they get offended by. That makes
goes
a lot
exactly
of
to what
sense.
we say.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, and that's why
You can
motherfuckers.
apply that to everything that's not religion too.
Yeah.
You can
Keep
apply
going.
that to my favorite basketball. I can apply that to the fucking Knicks, dog.
100%.
Like, anything that you feel strongly about.
Politics.
Politics is religious for so many people.
Think of it, and motherfuckers are willing to die for politics.
I'm a great guy. As
They
soon as
willing
you start
to
talking about
die.
the Knicks, I'm like, I turn unreasonable.
Obviously,
People come
mellow.
unreasonable. Yeah. So
Son,
I get it.
Think about how stupid people are.
Yeah.
People are willing to die for politics. Ain't shit changed for 50 years.
You know what the politician gonna do? Send you to war so you could die for him.
That's it.
You don't give a fuck about
Yeah,
you.
Might get a
realistically,
mention in the tweet.
that's
Yeah.
and we barely be sending motherfuckers anymore. We sending drones, and people don't want that. That shit is crazy to me. Like, why are we sending drones? So we don't send you. You stupid motherfucker. Send the drones. So it's like perfect example of how people go crazy and why you're less outraged. And if you notice, it's like it's the reason why ugly bitch is always upset.
Beehive.
It's an ugly.
Oh, stop.
Yo, no, I'm telling you, if you real talk, I mean this 100%.
Every fucking week with
know,
the
right?
Beehive.
Come on,
nah,
Yo, come on, man.
I mean this 100%. I
just
mean this
dropped
for
an album, that shit
I know y'all
fire.
don't want me talking about the Beehive.
I know.
Please,
I know y'all don't want me
third
talking about.
time?
Listen,
Album
can
is
we
fire.
can we be
Yo.
honest, yo? Can we be honest,
Afro
yo?
beats, I love that shit.
Great album, bro.
Can we be honest,
We're
yo?
like talking about Beyonce. We love Beyonce.
Yo, but can we be honest?
No,
Ain't
let's
nobody
not be.
talk about the Beehive until I brought up the Beehive, man.
What do you mean?
Nobody publicly was shitting on Beehive.
Now people are.
Now, oh hell yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
You haven't
I
seen it
haven't
on
seen it.
I
Twitter?
don't be on social media like
I
that.
haven't seen it, bro.
Y'all afraid.
Yeah, a
I
little
don't know what
bit.
you're talking about.
I've caught the sting before, bro. I've caught the sting.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah, you
more than a
remember when
handful of times.
Kaz tried to
This
defend
is what are you trying to say?
the
about-
Warrior's wife who was like getting Beyonce a drink and everybody
Yeah.
was like, how could you touch
Oh,
her?
Yeah, we had a whole
yeah.
episode about it.
This is what you gotta literally the key to happiness in life is stop caring what short-haired fat bitches think. I promise you, your life will be happier and better if the second a girl with short hair who's overweight says anything at all, you just block it out. If they tweet, you should have your hair length and weight on your Twitter, and then you should be able to mute based on hair length and weight.
I don't know what's
and
so
you will
funny
be
if this is
so
gospel.
fucking happy in your life if you stop thinking, because that's the opinions that drive you crazy. Why would you say that? How could you have that opinion? Your opinion is problematic. You get my haircut. We got the same. If we got the same haircut, you don't need to say nothing to me.
Problematic is your blood sugar, bitch.
Real talk. Real talk. Your pinky toe problematic. That's problematic. Wear some sandals. That shit gonna fall off while you walking down the
Got
street.
Got one big ass purple foot. Don't know what I chopped that shit off like Big Mama in Soul Food.
You almost Oscar Pistorius bitches need to shut your mouth, okay? When I mean shut your mouth, not only from saying shit, from eating. There's multiple things that shutting your mouth can help you with.
Oscar pissed half a foot.
Real talk.
Oh man!
Shout out to the women, man.
Shout out
Future's
to women.
female.
Shout
Yo.
out to women, bro.
Here's the thing. This is where we get confused, and this is why
The
girls.
present is female. That's why it's less fun than it used to be.
Yo, 100%.
Just clean it after.
Yo.
son. Shit ought to be clean it after.
But this where you fuck up. This where you fuck up. That's the most offensive shit. What you said. When you
Wow.
go
Shit
shout
on
to the
them.
women, you think pretty bitches want to be put in the same fucking.
Oh my god.
You think they want to be spoken to in the same way as these fucking short-haired, friar tuck built bitches? You got a bunch of offensive line coach looking bitches out here with mad opinions.
Old George Costanza looking ass
Yeah. You Humpty Dumpty looking ass.
They got better shit to do.
Like you got high waisted jeans because your low waisted fall off. You got high waisted because you don't got waist, right? So pretty girls want nothing to do with these girls.
bitches. Old Pixar looking ass bitch.
Real
Your
talk.
waist is the biggest part of your body. That's
Facts.
why.
You built like it.
Fuck.
It's crazy.
I'm gonna shut up.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is when you start going shots to women, all the pretty women out here like, yo, don't put me in the same. How dare you? Because realistically speaking, yo, those girls right there that are always complaining, they're actively trying to ruin the life of pretty women.
Oh, for sure.
Right? Like everything they complain about, right? He goes, you gotta be independent. Pretty women are like, why?
What?
You gotta be independent, you short haired fat bitch. You know what I'm saying? I don't gotta be a fat. I can be dependent. My life is really good being dependent. I like dependent.
And Cold Stone hiring fat ass bitch. You get all the free ice cream you want with your fat ass.
Listen, fat bitches can sing. Get your ass over to Cold Stone. Tip, tip, hooray! Tip, tip, hooray!
I know you be sweating too. It'll be nice and cool in there. Oh, horrible endocrine system having ass bitch.
Oh my god, yo.
All I'm saying is,
Fuck.
we listening to bitches that are built like footballs. Why would I care about that?
How are we still on the Beehive, bro?
It's not even Beehive.
Just
It's
that-
all of
just
them.
all-
Yo, if you gotta tell your barber to cut your hair
Alex.
with a 2 on the side or 1, if you describe your haircut with numbers, you don't gotta have an opinion to me about anything. Why you got an opinion? You a girl, you talking about, give me a 3, fade it to a 0, and then cut my sideburns down.
I would rather fuck the model in the poster you pointed at than you, bitch.
This bitch got all the people in NSYNC's haircut at the same time. Come on, yo. I'm tired.
Oh my god.
I'm not listening to him. I'm
yo.
not listening to no girl that got a voice like the fat kid from Stranger Things. I'm not gonna listen
Yo, I
to
love
it.
the fat kid from Stranger Things. bro.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna listen to someone. We used to be the women's market. We need to get the mark. We need a mark.
Yo, guys, the room is really hot.
Bro.
They were a little delirious.
My Modelo's
That's it.
room temperature.
This room is hot. room is hot.
That's what I'm saying, yo. Shout out to all the pretty girls, man. Honestly,
You
real
know
talk.
who's not hot? These hoes complaining about
Yo,
everything.
fact. Yo, you show me one attractive feminist, but it's not like at a certain point in time we gotta talk about it.
What's her name? Pretends to be one
Who?
from the Blurred Lines video.
Who? Emily
Emily
Ratajkowski?
Ratajkowski.
Ratatouille.
What's her name?
Emily
name?
Ratajkowski.
Ratajkowski.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ratajkowski. I don't know.
Ratajkowski?
I don't know. This is Polish bitch.
Spell feminist.
You know who it is.
Come on, yo. Real talk.
Oh my god.
Come on, yo. She fine as hell.
She fine as shit.
She fine as hell. She fine as hell, bro.
Yeah,
Nah, she
dudes
fine
just
as
switch
hell.
mad
So that, nah,
quick.
fam, that's paid opposition, son. That's what that is. You need paid opposition. Guaranteed that's paid
See
opposition.
that?
She got
She
it.
is gorgeous.
Yeah, she's
Nah, she bad, bro. She
Yeah.
I get
bad.
it. I get it.
She bad.
Shit, that's what feminists look like.
Yeah.
Nah, they got to be paying her, fam.
She's a ringer.
It's controlled. You know what it is? It's controlled opposition, right? You know how they let certain motherfuckers be out there talking shit?
Who?
Like, for a little while,
What's that Insta?
like, yeah.
What's wrong with you, bro?
for a
It's
little
not that
while.
hard to look up, fam. What you asking?
Just Google.
Nah.
You couldn't even say her name. How the fuck I'm gonna spell it?
Emily Rat. There ain't no other
It's
bitches
just
with that last
See,
name.
I told you she's fucking paid opposition, bro.
What?
Rat. She's snitching. She
Oh,
out here.
shit. That's good.
Yo, you know what they should be? You know what she should do? She should get everybody on her side, get all the short hair girls to come out to support her and shit like that. And then when it's at like a fever pitch, be like, I ain't fuck with none of y'all bitches, bro. Get the fuck out of here. Here's the thing, like, you can't talk about how like you think it's wrong to objectify women and be a model.
That's a good ass.
Your
point.
body is objectifying women.
a
You're
good ass
you're
point.
being an object for a living.
Oh wow. I guess that's her Instagram.
I saw her the other day
Where?
on 4th Street
Oh,
Her
when
and
you
her
was with
man.
Mark and you said,
when I was in Mark. Yeah.
oh, that's the girl you were talking about.
She is
Right.
she is undeniably like a stunningly beautiful
Yeah.
person.
Even in real life?
like, what
There's
do
no
you-
question.
what
Yeah.
do you- what
Even
do
in
you-
real
in
life.
person, it's
What
like
do
Yeah.
you
the
say to
same.
She's
that?
tiny, but she's beautiful.
What's
She's
her man's
beautiful.
look like?
Underbite?
That's
Yeah,
sad.
yeah.
Look at
That's
look at-
him?
Look at the hate mad quick on the butt.
No. Yo, you know what? I'm teasing. I played ball with this kid once.
No shit.
Yeah, he used
Was
to be on my
was
boys'
he good?
team. Yeah. No,
gave him
yeah, he was cool. Nice
You gave
guy.
him buckets or he
Cool.
was, yeah.
No, he was on my team.
Oh,
Yeah. But he was a
Damn.
nice kid.
Good for you, bro.
Yo, she's stunning.
Good for you.
Yo, but outside of her,
That's the boyfriend right there. Scroll up.
Yeah,
That
the
one?
light skin.
Yeah.
Oh,
Looks like Seth Curry.
You look like a
He,
black
he looks
albino.
like grown up Steph Curry's son.
he looks like Seth Curry, did you say?
Yeah.
Son, he looks like Down
I think you
syndrome
meant
Timberlake.
Seth Rogen.
Nah.
You meant
not
Seth Curry?
Nah, yeah.
I don't like Seth Curry. All right,
You don't see it?
No.
You don't see it from there?
nah.
With the, like if he didn't have like the hair?
Kind of, but not really, man.
All right. Y'all killed a perfectly good point that I made, man.
Well, you still have it.
I mean, bad bitch. Like,
Say what?
a bad bitch will do that.
Yeah.
But outside of her, is there a super
And I don't know
hot?
if her feminism is real feminism. That's what I was hoping you would jump on.
Yeah, I just don't understand. Like what it?
Like we just went through her Instagram. I didn't see any
That's
like
what I'm saying.
feminist
That's what I was
posts.
looking for. I was like, all right, is there any like
You know, usually activists
She got
is
arrested.
active.
She got arrested in
futurist
D.C.
female type of nothing.
I saw a
She got
couple,
arrested in
I
D.C.
saw
for
some
Yeah, with
Trayvon
Amy-
Martin.
with Amy Schumer, yeah.
that might be
P-
publicity.
yeah,
stunt.
PR for both of them.
I saw some pictures that were close to free the nipple. Shit.
Yeah.
It's funny
A
they
couple
call
of-
you
there's a couple
activists
of
when
those
most of
up
you
there.
fat bitches are sedentary as fuck.
Yo, real talk. You can't call it activism anymore. You gotta call it like
Activism. Activist.
you should have to. Real talk. You should have to get under a certain weight to have an opinion. I think that I mean this.
Not-
No.
wait, blood pressure.
Okay, blood pressure.
'Cause you got
some
important
people
things
built
to
different.
worry about.
Some
You
people
know what I
built
mean?
different. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good point. And
Yeah.
like, for example, DC is an amazing athlete. He's a UFC
Right.
champion.
Yeah.
He built a little fatter. He
Yeah.
built like one of y'all, but he's a little bit.
But he's
But
an
he's an
athlete.
unbelievable athlete.
Yeah.
But so I bet his like blood pressure is probably amazing. That shit.
Right.
Your blood in America, your blood pressure should have to be under a certain thing for you to have an opinion. Because otherwise, why you saying anything? You can't have an opinion about nothing.
What about food?
Nah.
Not
'Cause
even
that's
the
killing
food.
you.
Clearly, you eating enough.
Yeah.
Like clearly, you can't discern what is good or not. Like you just eating everything. If that blood pressure up there. I mean, we found a simple solution to all the bitching in America. How much y'all really want to bitch if you're gonna have to eat salad?
And why
Think
should I have
about
to
it.
listen to you if I know you're not going to be around long enough to
croutons.
matter?
Yo, that's hilarious. Why
Are
should
you
I
around
listen
long
to
enough
if you're not gonna be around? Like all these fat chicks worried about the environment. You dead. I gotta worry about the environment. You know what I mean? That's
the
my
methane?
life.
You don't want to eat all the waste.
Yeah.
Not using plastic
Alex is
straws.
begging for us to move on. Global warming has happened. Bitch, you warm.
What about the
Okay.
methane you emit when you fart, you cow ass bitch? I gotta hear, bitch. Why don't you take your hoofs on somewhere else with that shit? Take a walk.
Yeah, shit on that bitch.
Listen. Say what?
It's 110 degrees in
Yo,
this
That's
room.
all I can think about, to be
yeah,
honest.
it's
It's so
the
hot.
sauna.
Some of you fat bitches should be sitting in here right now.
Sauna, bro.
It's the heat. It's
It
the
is
heat.
a fucking
the
sauna in here,
so
bro.
hot in here. Holy
The
shit.
views and opinions of this podcast are based
Hey,
on
nah, for real. A couple of you fat hoes sat in this room for 30 minutes. You probably lose a half a pound.
Yo, here's the thing. We ain't got no problem with fat bitches, bro.
There we go. There we go.
Here comes
We
the
just got
save.
we're probably opinionated fat bitches, bro. It's a different thing. You know when like
Opinionated. Was,
yo,
Is there like a Venn diagram you can draw for that? Like,
yeah, and you know
Not
what?
all- some
If you
fat
draw it,
bitches-
it kind of looks like a fat bitch.
Hey, Jazz.
oh my god.
yo.
Oh my god. Oh,
Oh, fuck. Is there anything supposed to talk about today?
no, man.
Yeah.
Oh, fat bitches, man.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry.
All right. You know how the podcast gets crazy when a sports season is not in full
It's
the
July.
fullest.
You know what's
effect.
funny? The other two stories I have are Tyreek Hill and a Zeke story, and both of them be beating up women. So where y'all really want to
yeah.
go? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah,
I'm much rather
I know.
stay on the fat girls. Let's just stay on the fat girls then. Jeez.
Yo, I got an idea and then we should pay some bills. But I got an idea that I want to get going.
What's up?
I wonder if it's probably more functional on the Patreon, but I want everybody that listens to the podcast religiously. I want to make everybody 10% more money at the end of the year.
Ooh.
Now, that's not necessarily we make you 10% extra, but I want you to have 10% more savings than you would normally have at the end of the year. Now, I'm talking to some people and we're trying to figure it out, but I think it'd be a cool thing that we all do together. Okay? Now, I don't care if you make $500,000 or $50,000 or $25,000. 10% is different. You know what I mean? Like you make $50,000 a year. At the end of the year, you got $5,000 more saved. That's a vacation
deal.
for you
Big
and
deal.
your boo. You know? Take your fat bitch on a fucking cruise.
Or you can just put that bitch in the water and ride her ass out somewhere.
Nah. But real talk. So it's like, I think there's a way where we could do it. And the way I've broken it down is, well, I haven't broken down the actual savings exactly just yet. Maybe we get like a financial expert here to like tell us some things that we actually waste money on that we don't need to waste money on. Little shit that we could actually save to like raise. But I think what we do is we do it monthly. I think we all do it together. Because after a week, you don't see enough savings. But after a month, there's a difference. And you see it. And I would love it at the end of every month. And then for some of y'all at the end of the year, you had 10% more savings you had before. And then imagine we as a podcast could provide that for you. I think that's such a cool opportunity. And I know that the reason I say Patreon, because I know how fucking tight knit we are on the Patreon and how we can move shit. And I hope that extends to everybody listen to the podcast as well. But how many people do you think that we could take from what they have now to 10% more at the end of the year? And you do that for fucking 20 years straight, bro. You just got your retirement.
That's what
Yeah, that's exactly what retirement is. I was gonna say that $5,000. Don't put it toward a vacation. Put it in a Roth IRA. There you go. That money will be
Imagine
so much more
Flagrant
tax free at the end of
took
your life.
care of you as a retired person. Damn, son.
It's a beautiful thought.
I swear to God.
It's gonna be tough
You
for
be
some of you
having
fat
these
hoes though, because you won't be around that
prolific-ass
long.
Statements, or you think they're prolific, and all you just said is, "Yo, we should save, son."
Yeah.
Like, that's all you didn't tell
save
us
some
how
money.
to do it, or nothing. All you just
We gotta
said is
figure
like,
out
I was
the
waiting
how,
for it. I was
dog.
like,
we
all right,
should
so
save,
how?
son. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
No, I'm putting it out there, bro. It's like,
But you got to give
I
them
tell
how.
you, the first
I
thing you
thought
gotta
we
do
was
is
going somewhere. I was like, all right.
yo,
No,
How we gonna do it?
listen.
You just told niggas to save.
Hey, do you not want to know how?
I do. Where's the
That's
how?
all done.
That's it.
That's it.
first step. Hey,
The first step is planting the seed. You know what I mean? A motherfucker had to come up with the idea of heaven before you figure out how to get there. He had to pull up and be like, yo, heaven is bitches everywhere. They skinny. Nobody got opinion. It's annoying. It's the shit. We got to go there. And then people are like, how? He's like, well, on next week's Flagrant 2, you're going to find out how to get there.
All right, next week's episode.
All
You know what I
right.
mean?
Nah, first
I'ma hold
step,
you to it.
Roth IRA. Everybody get money in Roth IRA. That's step one.
I think
I'ma hold you to that.
well, that's good for retirement.
Yeah.
But I think that we could talk to a financial expert, and I think that we could break down certain spending patterns that are shitty.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we could all isolate these spending patterns. For example, I have 2 cups of coffee a day or some bullshit. If I'm having them at Starbucks every single day, if you just bring your own cup, they just charge you for a refill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right? Like little shit like that if you're doing it by yourself, you're like, who cares? But if you know you got a squad of people doing it with you, it's very similar to your workout thing.
Yeah.
If you got a
Did you
squad
eat
of
yet?
people, there's like a little pressure and there's support behind it. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about using single ply toilet paper, but I'm talking about little shit where you know that you're going to spend money, the places you know it's already happened. Like literally looking at we should all look at our credit card bill at the end of the month and go, what am I paying for that I don't use? I'm still paying for Hulu. Why am I paying for this shit? I'm still paying for this lighting bill from a past apartment that it's $3, so I don't even care. I'm still paying for this app that's $2.99. I think and when you get all of your people do it together,
There's apps that do that shit now.
boom, there we go.
Trim. I use Trim. Like basically, like they go through your, and this is not even a mid roll or anything. I just legitimately use this. They go through your bills and they go through all your subscriptions. And like, if you don't use something for like 3 or 4 months, they're
They
like,
let
hey,
you know.
you haven't used this thing in like you haven't went to LA Fitness in like 4 or 5 months. You still want this? And then like they negotiate with you. Like if you have Verizon, you put in your phone number, you put in whatever. They literally call Verizon for you and negotiate lower bills for you.
Genius.
So all that shit like
How much you
saves for a
pay
little
for
bit. You just download it. Like you just attach like your.
Oh, okay.
your-
They get paid because they get access to everything of you.
Good.
Probably, but like I don't. You don't
I mean,
put,
whatever.
like,
We did the
accounts or
same thing with
whatever.
FaceApp, and we got nothing out of that. So
Well, until the robots come and kill us all.
yeah, that's what I'm
So-
saying. No, man, this is worth it.
Definitely.
Look, point is, there's ways where we could all save money, and imagine like just the good karma. Imagine how good that makes you feel if you know that you have 100,000 people out there in the world like saving some fucking money. Nobody else try to save people money.
Say that shit, bro. All right.
You know what I mean? Fucking hating ass Alex. I hope you go broke. You know what? You gonna ask me for a raise? I'm gonna be like, you should have been saving your money. All right, yo. If you're listening to this right now, and that means the podcast, you have to understand, is available everywhere. It's also available on AudioMac. AudioMac is the free music and podcast streaming app that lets you stream and download hottest albums, mixtapes, songs, playlists, and podcasts, along with AudioMac exclusives. Now, you discover the best new songs by browsing the trending page. Check out the library of carefully curated playlists. You know I'm a big fan of playlists. You know, I think there's too much out there. And the fact that you do a trending page, that's essentially a playlist, more like a popular page with, Instagram, etc. But there's so much content out there, it needs to be curated. And the game is won by the curators, and AudioMac has great curation, okay? They have these libraries of curated playlists. There's one for every single mood that you're in. Let's be honest, there's a few moods. You need someone to fuck to, someone to ride to, someone to work out to. Simple as that, okay? And if your favorite songs and podcasts are offline, you can save them, okay? Your data, and you can listen wherever you are. Remember that. You could take your favorite songs and podcasts offline to save your data and listen wherever you are. Think about that shit. If you know you're going to be listening to something, you don't got to waste your data. You don't like getting that email halfway through the month saying, oh, you're almost out of data on your plan that should have unlimited data. You got some balls telling me I'm almost out of some shit that's unlimited. Anyway, AudioMac is here to move music forward. It's available now on the App Store and Google Play. Go get that ish. All right? Let's get back to the show. Akaash, talk to us, man. What are we talking? Deportes. We got to get some deportes.
So I only got a few stories that I found online. One is Tyreek Hill is not going to be suspended. Do we want to talk about that?
Now, what exactly did he do?
He made threats to his pregnant baby mom that was released, like calling her, you dumb bitch, yada, yada, yada.
You should be afraid of me, bitch.
Yeah.
She said something about being
Hold on. Are
afraid
we
of me.
talking about XXX Tentacion, or are we talking about...
Sorry. We're not talking about him.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically they're saying, I forgot who got suspended last year for mental abuse, like emotional abuse to the
Yeah.
somebody's baby mom. I forgot the name of the fucking football player.
Yeah.
But they're trying to say, like, you know, if they're not going to find anything from Tyreek Hill, they should at least did it for the mental abuse, the emotional abuse that they put through this woman. Jimmy Smith, that's his name.
Okay. So no suspension.
No suspension.
So the NFL is saying you can mentally abuse your wife, but you can't physically
You can
abuse your wife.
emotionally abuse her, but I guess you can't physically abuse her, yeah.
What is emotional abuse?
Yelling at a woman, calling her
Like
names.
what we do to each other on this podcast is emotional abuse, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not a willing participant, I know what I
What
get
we do
myself
to the
into when I walk
beehive
into
is
this
emotional
room.
abuse.
Yo, you want to know some crazy shit?
Here we go.
This is more. There's one thing I gotta say for the. There's one thing I gotta say for the Patreon. But there's one thing that's a little wild. I gotta say. And only because you never know, motherfucker. You know, listen, it's Flagrant 2, asshole army all day. Don't get me wrong, but you could have some spies listening.
Oh, there's definitely spots.
You could have some spies
Oh, yeah.
listening. You know what I mean? So we got to be a little tight knit about certain shit. There's one thing I gotta say for Friday. I could probably tell you guys off air. I gotta say for Friday. But the other thing that's interesting about some Louis C.K. shit, the more I keep hearing about like these girls that called out Louis, I'm talking to girls that knew them at the time when it was happening,
Uh-oh.
all laughing about this at the time,
Uh-oh.
telling stories about this at the time like it was goofy and silly, like they are completely unaffected, not like they were victims of this power struggle. It's very interesting. Very interesting.
Not touching that.
They didn't
Not
either.
touching that.
It's a great thing. You don't have to, Kaz.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
Oh, no,
so
no,
the
no.
more that maybe the, and then there's a little something else that we can discuss, but that has to be tight knit. But go on.
Yeah, I think
Tyreek
about,
Hill, what is your thought on it? What is your thought?
I think that they're not suspending anybody right now. Like Ezekiel Elliott didn't get suspended, and I think a lot of it has to do with Roger Goodell not wanting to suspend Bob Kraft, because you can't suspend. I mean, Tyreek Hill might be different, but like you can't suspend Zeke and then let Rob Kraft slide for going to a whorehouse and getting hand jobs. You know what I mean?
Is that bad? Is
It's
that
illegal.
worse?
It's like they're probably human
Zeke
traffickers. They're like
really-
slaves, basically. These
Okay,
hoes.
that's where it gets bad.
That's
is the
where you-
human trafficking?
Yeah.
Because he's supporting human trafficking.
Yeah.
Do we know for a fact that they were trafficked?
I think a lot of these massage
lot of
parlor
these,
girls
yeah.
are. So we don't know for a fact that these people were, because I don't know if they were women in undercover sting, whatever. I don't know.
Can we acknowledge that it is the best way to get trafficked?
What?
Would you rather do construction or whack off guys?
Yo.
Whack off Robert Kraft.
You're just whacking off Robert Kraft. If I could make, what do you think Robert Kraft tips?
Pretty well.
Hopefully, well.
He looks like a bad tipper.
Why? Because he's
I mean,
Jewish.
the good thing about it. Wow.
Damn,
believe you,
Alex,
Alex.
yo, you really became a bigoted racist.
Misogynist.
That was
So, yo-
ageism, because back in his day, tipping was like, 2%.
You saying all Jews are old, son? Is that what you're trying to say? Yo, son, you are disgusting, bro. This guy's a
Honestly.
fucking animal,
You would
dog.
speak for your people.
Nasty
so I get it.
motherfucker.
Yo,
I
that's
do
my
get it.
people, man.
You
Shout out to the J squad. You know what I'm saying?
J Squad.
That's how we throw it up. So we out here with the J.
I was about to say it's gotta be on
Gang,
the
gang.
right. Yeah, third
Capital
that.
J, son.
You gotta own up for your man, son.
Ooh.
The Epstein. Yeah, the J's, right?
What did Epstein do?
Epstein.
Am I not saying it right?
Weinstein?
No, Epstein.
Epstein is
Who's
the
Epstein?
Trump guy that
What did
he
Epstein
did
do?
something.
Oh, you don't know?
Oh,
you don't know what your man did?
see, he's the
You
one-
don't know what your...
Allegedly, he's like the fucking. No.
I don't know what he did.
Nah, never mind.
I don't know what he
I
did.
really
Never
don't.
mind. I don't know what you're talking
What did
about.
Epstein?
I don't know what you're talking about. yo.
Nah, for real.
Nah,
Who's
yeah.
Epstein? What's he? He sound like a cardiologist.
I really don't know.
The guy.
I know he did some Trump shit.
Billionaire who was.
Oh, I know that guy.
Yes, that guy.
Didn't we talk about him already?
I think we did.
I don't know.
Nah, we ain't
Probably
really
not.
touched
We didn't
that.
talk about him.
Not really.
All right, let me ask you this.
Uh-oh.
Son, Epstein the wildest boy, son. They told Epstein, they said, for those of you who don't know, he was fucking teenage girls, right? In America. He was like motherfucking traffic. That motherfucker was
he was
trafficking.
trafficking.
But the
Yeah.
disgusting way y'all
He
thought
was
about
the
it, not the
traffic king.
Wholesome way we
Yeah,
thought
he was
about
the
it.
traffic
My
Traffic
king.
bad.
king, yeah.
Sorry,
great.
I wasn't thinking about the wholesome human
Yo,
trafficking.
and Tim Dillon got a great, hilarious video he put on Instagram and Twitter about Epstein. Go check it, right? So what Epstein did was, right? He was like, all right, you can't have sex with teenage girls here in America, right? He, I think, bought an island where the rules were you could.
Word? Yeah. Are y'all
Wow.
serious?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I heard.
Get
Yeah,
the
like-
fuck out! Yo, that's next level shit, son.
Oh, that is elite level
That
horny,
is
bro.
next level.
Son.
That's elite level horny, bro. Why? That's a
So
sickness.
is he gonna get off because of that? Like,
I think he got off a lot.
Yeah.
what a bone.
He has the face like I did that shit.
Wow. The irony is called St. James Island.
Little St. James.
He put bro, the jokes write themselves.
Golly.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Son, that's crazy. That's crazy. But then who owns
so
the
the
island?
thing.
I
well,
don't get that.
what.
So if somebody like buys an island, is that island connected to like a country, continent, or
Listen,
whatever?
bro, you don't believe in savings, so this will never have to worry about. You never have to worry about buying
I
islands.
wouldn't want an island. But I'm just saying, no,
Nah,
if
I
somebody
want some-
buys an
I
I
want
would
island,
love a
Island.
fucking
Fucking
island. You
island,
crazy,
dog.
dog.
Nah, I really
Everyone
wouldn't.
away
I really
from
wouldn't.
me.
That's too much upkeep. So if you own
If
an
you can
island,
afford an island, you could afford the upkeep.
Yeah, bro.
if you own
Like,
an island,
we're gonna buy the island. We're not gonna spring for the extra fucking tree hedge clippings or whatever. Like, I think it'll be all right. You can
but
hire a few
is it
edits.
part of a country?
What is that?
He said you'll be all right. You can hire a few heads.
All right, so is it part of a country?
Yeah.
It's in the U.S. Virgin Islands, so I guess it is part of the U.S., but maybe they got different rules for consent out there. That's next level pedophilia shit. Anyway,
It's got like hundreds of little girls probably passed through this motherfucker though.
yo, but
They do need to make prostitution legal. Just do it.
100%.
Yeah, 100%.
You don't think
Why?
we should make it legal?
I think pretty much everything should be legal.
Why, Cass?
Go, no, Kaz, you could have a good argument
You
about
can't
it.
tax it.
Why
How you gonna
not?
tax it?
Credit card.
How you gonna tax pussy?
Credit card. Ain't nobody fucking
It's a
walking around with that
service.
cash.
Yeah.
Mm,
So wait,
I don't know.
can you yeah, you make money.
So
off-
at the end of the year, like
It's a service charge.
so should barbers be illegal because most of their money is cash and you can't tax it?
no.
Honestly, if they cutting these fat bitches' hair short,
Fantastic callback. Holy fuck, that was good. I had forgotten we talked about these hoes. Oh my god.
Oh man. All right. So do you think? So I'll rephrase it for you guys. So do you think like making prostitution legal will like help stop?
Yeah.
even
hold
certain-
on.
No,
Let's
not
stop. Let's stop. Let's stop.
Sorry.
I want to pay one bill and then I want to get back to this.
Okay.
Akash, you got that?
Yeah.
Let 'em
Oh,
rip.
yo, we talked about this
go
last
for
week.
it.
Let them
Yeah.
fucking
This
rip.
is The Athletic, guys. It is a website that I've had. You, Kaz, you remember too, right?
Yes, sir.
I read every day. You can follow whatever your favorite sports teams are. You can just follow them, and then every story about that team will get populated to you on their website. It's paid premium content, subscription-based publisher. It's smarter sports coverage for diehard fans, is what they say, and that's really how I feel. Like my favorite writers for the Cowboys are Bob Sturm. He's there. That's my number one guy. Another guy, Marcus Mosher's really good. I follow that guy. I've brought stories onto this podcast from The Athletic. It's like most of these insider accounts, they'll charge you a lot more money than this, and they won't be as good or as in-depth. There's no ads, there's no pop-ups, there's no videos that pop up and start playing every time you click on a fucking article. They go beyond game recaps and provide smarter analysis and deeper perspectives. And if you go to theathletic.com/flagrant2, you get 40% off a yearly subscription. That comes out to $2.99 a month. That's less than I pay, and what I pay is still worth it. So I definitely suggest you guys check it out. Kaz, you have anything to say about The Athletic?
Not this week, man. not a lot of sports news, so I didn't really read anything.
I read a
this week.
great article from that guy Bob Sturm about Michael Irvin. Like they just sat down with him and talked to him, and it was just like, yo, this is a guy I grew up loving. I
Yeah.
loved Michael Irvin. I love every time he did the first down, do that wild ass. You know what I mean? And it's just a great interview with him about like a route that he ran and how much work he put into it and why like he knew he was going to get. He's told an ill story about how Troy Aikman as a rookie, it's his second year. Troy Aikman as a rookie, he wanted to build that camaraderie with Troy, and he told him in a preseason game, means nothing. You throw a ball, I'll go get it. And then Mike had to run the slant, and back in the day, when you're running the slant over the middle, there's no rules protecting you.
Yeah.
So Troy throws a bad pass that he shouldn't have thrown, and Michael Irvin knows if I go up and get this, I'm getting a concussion. I'm getting rocked but he was like, I promised Troy that I was going to go up and get anything he said. So I cannot pull back now and have alligator arms and let this be a pick. So he goes up and grabs the ball, and then he gets rocked. And then, I don't know if it was after that or just in general, he would tell cornerbacks or like people, safeties who were going to come hit him over the middle, I'm willing to get the concussion. Are you? Because you know whatever damage you inflict on me, you getting it right back. Like, you're going to get hurt too. I'm willing to get the concussion. Are you?
Man.
It's just a dope article, man.
That's some
Dope
badass shit.
article.
I fuck with it.
Now
They got some great long reads on The Athletic, man. So if you're into that type of shit, man.
There was a couple articles that I was seeing. One, the article about how the Warriors couldn't give KD what he wanted. I thought it was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And then the other one, which obviously it now seems like common knowledge, but the Nets are set up to dominate basketball in New York, and it was a little bit heartbreaking to go through, but in reality, it is the truth. They're very well set up for it. So it's just cool to see to be able to like promote content that we care about. You know, we've been careful with curating the people that sponsor this podcast. We want to make sure we believe in a brand, and it's cool to see you guys go and sign up for The Athletic and then, you know, come back and hit us up and see that you enjoyed it. Because that's what's most important to us. If you guys don't like the brands that we fuck with on this podcast, then we got to know too. Simple as that, man. But yeah, let's get back to the show.
Did you watch the Pacman fight at all?
I did.
What did you think?
I watched rounds, I think about like 5 through 12. And Pacquiao is, I mean, like over the hill in so many ways.
Right.
How old is he
And
exactly?
He's 40.
Okay.
And he's a long 40. He's got 62 wins, 7 losses, 2 draws,
71 fights.
71 professional boxing matches. That takes a toll on your body. Here's the thing. I thought he did enough to win. I thought it was the right decision. I was shocked that they let him win a decision. I thought for boxing, you would let Keith Thurman win. The young guy who's, you know, handsome and like well-spoken and interesting and backed by, who was he backed by? Rock Nation Sports or something like that?
I don't know.
But
I didn't watch the fight.
But dude, they made the right move. I like the split decision loss for Thurman, but win for Pacquiao. And Pacquiao's still got a little left in the tank. I've never seen Pacquiao that tired. Pacquiao is one of these guys that had like an unlimited gas tank, and it looked like he got tired in the 6th.
That punch makes it look like he fucked him up.
Jeez, yeah.
He dropped him in the first round.
Wow.
So he dropped him in the first round. There were flashes of old Pacquiao. Pacquiao, this is the problem. Ready? Here's the problem. When dominant fighters get older, they're forced to brawl.
Yeah.
And it is exciting for the viewer,
Right.
but that's what gives them the CTE.
Yeah.
It's the end of your career when you have to take more shots to give one that the CTE really happens.
Right.
These fighters that have, 20 fights or 15 fights and they knock out most of their opponents, they maybe have one tough fight and then they're out the game. They're not the ones that get CTE.
Right.
It's the guys who fight too long, and every one of those fights over 37 is compounded 10 times because you're doing, like, if you look at Ali late in his career, it's too much punishment.
Yeah, Rumble in the Jungle.
Oof.
Getting the shit kicked
Frazier,
out of him.
Frazier broke his jaw. It was just constant. And what happens is they slow down. If you look at Roy Jones Jr., he slowed down. He started getting knocked out. He didn't have a chin. Ali slowed down. He could take it. And when you can take
I
it,
remember your dad saying that having a granite chin is a double-edged sword.
So question,
Gift and a
right?
curse, yeah.
So with Pacquiao, he went through that little slump after the Mayweather loss and the knockouts and all this type of shit.
Yep.
If him getting this win and fighting at this age and still being
he's a
able
champ
to win,
now.
is that
He has
like
a belt.
Yeah, I was about
Yeah.
world champion. Does that help his legacy? Does that kind of like erase that kind of slump that he was in for a
No.
while? Because I almost felt like after a while he went from this guy could be one of the best ever. He's better than Floyd, all this other shit. Then he took the first L, then he took a couple more L's, and like now he's starting to build himself back up a little more. Does that work
ways.
in boxing?
It will work in his country. I don't think that he has the media connections to curate that narrative in America. In the Philippines, they'll treat this like
Some Rocky shit.
some Rocky shit. He
Yeah.
came back and full of adversity, all this stuff. In America, they just don't care enough. He'll just be a guy who's a champion. He'll fight somebody again, and hopefully he does not fight Errol Spence.
Like his arrow will fuck him
Oh
up.
my God. I mean, and also if this was Pacquiao 10 years ago, he would have knocked Thurman out in the first round and it would have been done. It would have been a 1-round fight. Thurman to me is wildly regular. He is a good fighter. He is not a great fighter. He is good.
Mhm.
And they carefully curated the people that he fought. He won some close
He's
ones.
like an American Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, that's a
Okay.
great, in
Okay.
a lot of ways. Yeah, sure. And only he doesn't have the great difference maker, which is power.
Okay.
Like Anthony Joshua can get away with lack of skills because if he hits you, it's down.
Right.
Keith gotta outbox you. And he's good. He's just not great.
So what's the probability? Because I know he wants that Floyd fight again.
Who? Pac?
Pacquiao. Yeah.
If I'm Floyd, I'm watching and I'm going, this will be even easier than the first one.
Why is that?
Pacquiao looked slow. He looked tired
Mm.
after the 6th. Floyd has got unlimited battery and he's a better boxer. He's taking way less punishment. And I don't think that Pacquiao now has the power to hurt Floyd. Earlier in his career, when he was on the juice, but I don't think he has it. But I also don't think there's enough excitement. If Pacquiao finished Keith Thurman in the first round,
Yeah.
then there'd be a little buzz.
Okay.
But it was a decision, and he got lumped up by Thurman a bunch too. It was like a good, hard-fought fight.
Okay.
But to what you were saying about his legacy, there's an argument to be made that Pacquiao is the best ever.
Make it.
I was about to say elaborate.
8-division champion. Nobody in history has done it.
Hmm.
What he did in boxing is
This is his 8th division right here.
yeah. But he had already won this one
Okay.
prior, right? So I think he started at 106 or 108
It was
pounds.
super small. Yeah.
Now he's gone all the way up to, and we can find out every division, 147 pounds.
That's insane.
I mean, it is unreal. So it's nobody in boxing history has done that. When you're talking about the best pound for pound fighter,
Yeah.
He's up there.
you gotta. We're not. You know what I mean? We're not talking about the most dominant in his division. We're talking about the best pound for pound. You kind of got to put him up there because he fought people in all these different pounds.
Right.
And one.
We don't
Yeah.
exactly we don't. When you talk about pound for pound, you're like, well, if they were in the same division, then who would win that fight? Meaning, if Floyd was in the same division
Skill-wise.
as Tyson, skill wise,
Yeah.
you don't even need to know. So let's go back. So go up.
So we got
The asterisk
flyweight.
next to his name.
Say again.
The asterisk goes next to his name because of the juice.
Yes, but to be fair, you could put an asterisk next to
lot.
Floyd's name.
If Floyd's on the juice?
There's some people that say, listen, there's a rumor out there that, do you remember when Floyd Mayweather, every fight would be announced? It was 6 weeks before the fight.
Yeah.
Testing can't happen until the fight is signed.
Mm.
So what the rumor was that, everybody who was involved in juicing, this was everybody in the sport, instead of signing the fight 6 months out and promoting it, we'll start promoting it, but officially sign it 6 weeks out so that we can get you clean. That. That's a rumor. I'm not going to give that. I'm not going to substantiate that too much. And there
Did
are
Pac
people.
get busted?
No, but Pacquiao, it's undeniable, in my opinion. But
Flyweight, super bantamweight.
But it's hard to put the asterisk by if he wasn't actually caught.
and also it's hard to put the asterisk by if everyone else is, right? It's like with
Yeah.
that cycling shit. It's like, okay, Lance Armstrong, you're going to dock him, but he was also
Yeah.
beating
the
everybody
culture.
who was
Everybody
on
was
it.
on the
Yeah,
juice.
so it's like
Yeah.
that's not an asterisk. It's actually what it is. It's if there's a common denominator you could, eliminate, then we're all the same, right?
Right.
So it's like okay, so we got 112, 122, 126, 130, 135, 140, 147.
And
Holy
154.
shit. He won a fucking belt at 154.
Jeez.
He started at 112.
And he's my height.
Can
Can
you
you imagine me
consider that?
48 pounds heavier?
But also think about percentage of weight.
It's insane.
Like if a guy goes from
That's
200 to
1.5
250,
times. Yeah.
so it's like I think
That's
there's
you
an
going
argument.
to 300.
Literally that.
That's crazy.
So it's like I think there's an argument to make him best pound for pound. At least he's in the discussion.
Well, you got to.
You got to have him in the
Yeah,
discussion
yeah.
because of what he
You
did.
can't talk. You can't even talk about this era of boxing without him. So you got to put him in a discussion. I just wanted to know,
For sure, how it is.
yeah.
And I think the reason why is you go, okay, so he fought way above his weight.
Right.
How dominant would he have been if, like a Floyd or like these guys, he just stayed at the weight he was most comfortable?
I mean, yeah.
What if he stayed at 130 his whole career? Would he have ever lost?
That's a good point.
Right. And then if he would have never lost, is he the greatest ever? It's food for thought.
Yeah. You think he managed his money well?
No, and I think that's why
why
he's
he's
fighting,
fighting.
and he's got advertisements all over his shorts.
Yeah.
Something's off. You got fucking robbed, or you got to pay people off in the Philippines.
so cheap. So,
So-
like he would be a god in the
Uh.
fucking Philippines with making this type of money.
Yeah,
Something
And he's a
up.
congressman,
I was
so
about to
he
say, like,
should be able to just.
he's senator. Yeah, and it's like, and I think, but I think what happens is when you're a guy like this, no formal education whatsoever, you have to trust a lot of people. You have a lot of people on the payroll, and when you have people on a payroll, they don't make you money; they just cost.
Yes.
So when you stop making money, you're just losing.
It's really hard to find somebody that makes you money as much money as he costs you.
Yes. And that is the difference between having a successful business and one that fails.
Yeah.
It's like, I have no problem paying you if I can make a little money.
Yeah.
It's like,
That's
I'm the
business.
least
That's
cheap
everybody,
person
yeah.
in the world. Do you know what I mean? I just need to know if I'm taking the risk of guaranteeing you this amount of money, that I can have more, I can make more than that.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like, but at Pacquiao, I think what happens is there's a house in LA. Someone looks over the house. There's a cleaning lady. And you get so detached from all these things you have that they're just little money sucks.
Yeah.
Everything. In reality, you know who should be part of our saving program?
Mm-hmm.
It's back.
You found your replacement, Alex.
That would complete like the nationality cipher here. We just need like one like.
We do need an
legit
Asian. Because I know we
You're,
have
like, sorta
Akaash, but it's
Asian.
not really Asian.
Yeah, it's like
You're
dyed
not Asian, bro.
Yeah.
You're like
Thank God
a
for
dyed
that.
Asian.
Huh? Fucking nerds. Get out of here.
Yo,
Don't say
you
that
know
to
what?
Pac's face though.
Oh, no. Pac is dope. I used to root
You
for
used to root for
Pacquiao
yeah.
just because he was closer to India than all the other fighters. That was my rule. It was proximity.
I remember that.
I respect it.
When we were living in the apartment.
Yeah.
I thought about why Asians look the same.
This is not your flagrant thought.
This is not my flagrant thought.
Okay.
Yeah. I think the reason why we think Asians look the same, not Akaash Asians, but Asians,
Yeah.
really Asians, right?
They're disgusting ones.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I didn't even know you said that. But we're being flavored today. Shouts to Dina Hashem. So I think the reason why we all think Asians look the same is because they look the most different from everyone else.
Oh, valid.
Right? And I look, there was like this research study that said that like you think that people that you don't see often look similar because you're not as familiar, right? So like
Right.
white people think black people look the same
Because
because
they don't see any black people.
unless you're a white guy that lives in a black neighborhood,
Yeah.
right? Then you're like, oh no, I see the differences between,
Yeah.
you know, Tyrone, Jamal, whatever. Black people,
You could just name Kaz and Alex. Like, it's-
yeah, but those are white names. So you or black people think white people all look the same.
if
Like
you're
my
not around
mentions
white
are full of random goalies in Europe because they think I look like every soccer goalie,
people.
right?
You do look like JFK Jr. though.
I used to get that all the time.
Yeah,
used to get it all the time. So because just not seeing that many white people to discern know the difference,
Uh-huh.
right? Now, Asians happen to be the most different looking than everyone else. Therefore, we're like, oh, you all look different from everyone else. You guys look the same. You don't even look the same. You just look the most different.
Mhm.
It's like they're the zebras of the horse world. Do you know what I mean? Like zebras,
Horses
like
look at the zebras.
horses look at zebras like, yo, they look the same, bro. Yo, which one is that? You know what I mean? Like the one with the stripes, yeah, he looked like the other one with the stripes. You know what I mean? But zebras look at each other like, nah, your stripes go like that, and mine are more straight, blah, blah, blah. That's all I'm saying, Asians, you're zebras.
It's gonna be like that Shing Lu movie or whatever the fuck it's called.
The Marvel joint?
The Marvel joint. Aquafina's in it.
Shouts to Aquafina. She can't
Yeah, I was
lose
about
right
to
now.
say,
Yeah,
killing,
she on
bro.
fire.
Shit.
Yo, are zebras real?
Yes.
Yeah, they're
Like
real,
100% real?
They're
bro.
real.
You're thinking of unicorns. Those aren't real.
No, I know that's not real.
Zebras are real.
But here's my thing with zebras, right? It's like how many white bitches you got fucked to call a zebra, son? Holy shit.
Shout out to the boy.
So here's the thing
I've
about
never seen a zebra.
zebras, right? It's like I understand certain animals they got fur and patterns so they could fit in with the environment.
Yeah.
What does that go with? Beetlejuice? Is that where you from? What the fuck could that possibly do for you? What advantage could you possibly have with the stripes? Right?
Yeah.
That's why I don't think it's real.
No, I think I've seen him before.
We are looking at pictures of them though.
Yo, son, we're looking at it, but I don't think it's real.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I've never seen one.
Nobody's
Like in
seen a
real life.
zebra.
Here we go.
Zebras probably are real if we think about it.
Son,
This
where though?
Yo, look how different they look though. Look at this one on the top right. Look at that, the back stripes, how they're mad horizontal,
Yeah.
and then click on another one, and the shit is all vertical.
Right. But to the untrained eye, they just all Asian.
Yo, not for
they're
nothing.
all Chinese.
Oh, she
That
got a little
zebra kind of
walk.
sexy. Oh man, yo, that zebra kind of sexy. I'm like, all right.
Yo.
See them legs,
Son.
Yeah,
boy.
little sexy
Like,
ass.
yo,
Fuck.
shit.
I'm about to human traffic that. No, but can we acknowledge this at all with the zebra shit? Like,
No, it is weird evolutionarily how they survived.
Word.
Yeah, I don't understand.
where were they from that it was only black and white?
Son, they look like just horses that were designed.
It's like
by
somebody was
fucking-
just like, fuck it. Just started painting on
Like,
white horses.
Like this?
Virgil, yeah.
Virgil made them.
But you understand where giraffes come from because a lot of them are in the desert. And
Boom.
in the sun. and all
Camels,
that shit. Yeah.
desert,
Yeah.
doom, right?
What?
What?
Like
Yeah,
most
you
animals,
see- you
most
just said some
animals
words
take
that I
the
don't know
color
what word.
Of
their
the
surroundings.
environment.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice looking one right there.
That's an albino. That makes more sense.
Alex trying to fuck that zebra right now.
I was like, I'd take that one down. Have some little-
Zebras
Yo,
all
go to that
white.
one. Go next door.
Alex
Go
is
next door.
fucking-
No, down, down, neck. There it is. What is?
Oh.
What is it,
What?
that, fam?
Say it, son. What is that?
What is it?
She got the
It's
fatty.
a member
though.
of the Beehive.
Come on.
That shit is in way too good shape to
I
be
was
a
about to
member
say,
of the
like, that-
Beehive, bro.
That should look swole as hell,
That
bro.
should look like wax.
That's like, that's like the final boss in the Beehive. After you
Yo.
defeat, you gotta fight that one after you defeat all the cows in the
That
Beehive.
can't be real. That got to be Photoshop, bro. That got to be Photoshop.
I mean, that's probably they pump up cows with steroids all the time. That's
I
probably
guess
what's
you're
on the
right, man. Anyway, that's just a thought of the week. This zebra joint. You know
Yeah,
what I
I
mean?
got to see Lion King.
Is it slap?
Son,
That's
good.
was good.
Really?
I really think it was better than the first.
I heard it's the exact same.
It is, but it was funnier, and the fact that the animals look real, but it's all CGI, that shit is dope.
You
But
ain't
they
just
can't-
saying that
can
because
they
Beyonce
emote?
in it. Get the fuck out of here. I know what he's doing.
I
He's
love
trying to.
Beyonce, but I'm just saying the movie was good. It was funny.
I mean,
The
I'm
shit
gonna
was
watch it.
funny. Like I had moments where I was like cracking up.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's Timon and Pumbaa?
Beyonce
Seth
fan?
Rogen
Seth
and
Rogen.
Keegan Michael Key.
No, Billy on the Street.
Yeah, Billy Eichner.
Billy Eichner.
Eichner. What's
Yeah.
up?
He
Killed
killed
it.
that
He's good.
shit.
Which one is
Ripped
the
it.
fat one?
I'm assuming Seth
He is.
Rogen's the
no,
fat
no,
one.
Seth is the fat one, and he did good too. He just couldn't sing for shit, but he did good too.
All right. What about who's Simba's?
Simba.
Childish
Donald Glover,
Gambino.
right?
Oh, Donald Glover,
Yeah,
Simba.
Yeah.
It was good. Check it out. On
Who's
some real
Scar?
shit. I almost cried like 3 times.
The dude from
Nope.
God.
Oh,
but the best part was
was
that,
when Mufasa died?
No, Mufasa is the same Mufasa.
Yeah,
in-
James Earl Jones.
Yeah.
That's what's
But
up.
he's on his last
Yeah.
legs, bro.
I don't care. That was just so great.
No,
to
good
hear
for him.
him
I mean,
voice
like
again, son.
he
That shit
didn't
was
do
dope.
any fucking. What's this guy's
Son,
name?
that shit was good.
Was the scene where Mufasa died? Was that like gut wrenching?
You know, it was worse in the cartoon.
Word?
This one they didn't really like show anything like him getting pummeled and shit. Like they just show him fall.
Because it was hard to do the pummeling.
Yeah, probably. But son, this shit is good. I ain't bullshitting. This shit was good.
Oh, Eric Andre is one of the hyenas?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Son, check it out.
I'm gonna go check it out. I want to check it out this weekend.
Who's
but it's too
Rafiki?
hot to do anything. I
Who's
don't know. Who the
Rafiki?
fuck is Rafiki?
Oh, fucking Benson.
What?
Y'all remember that show about the Black Butler, Benson? It's an old
What?
Yeah. Nah.
Huh?
Did they just make
He
every
was in Lean On Me
character?
too. He was the guy that gave Crazy Joe his job in Lean On Me. It's cool. Y'all don't know about black shit. That's fine.
But they just made every character black in it?
Well, they're in Africa.
No, you got the
Say what?
John Oliver.
Yeah, but okay,
He's
so
Zazu.
is Zazu good or bad?
He's good.
Good.
He's the bird. He's the snitch.
He was pretty good too.
He's the
everybody
snitch.
did a pretty
Yeah.
good job. Oh man, this should have been my favorite take. the worst performance. Let's be honest.
Beyonce,
Yeah, I
that's
heard
what
that.
I heard that.
Yes.
I heard that too. I heard like
I
a
was
lot of
yo,
the.
you're not convincing at all. Like
Really?
even just your voice, you don't.
I
you're
think
not
it's
good
because of
actor.
her voice. I think we're
Let's
so
put
used
this on
to it.
Instagram for these.
Everybody
fat-ass
says she
beehive
sounds
bitches.
like you can tell she's just reading a script.
Yeah.
Like she.
Who she play?
Can't
Because-
she can't have it all. That's it.
I'm not gonna
She's
say
too
what I
good
heard.
of a performer.
She plays Nala.
She's like just too good of a.
Did she play
musician.
Nala as a kid? You can't
No,
have her
the
deep ass
adult one.
fucking voice. Yeah.
Yeah.
The adult one, and it's
Somebody
still
said
like,
it sounds like she
man.
was reading with her. I'm not
With her
gonna say-
finger or something?
Oh damn!
Wow. No way.
Yeah, I was disappointed. That was the worst. one
She
I
reads
heard.
like
Soundtrack
Floyd.
fire though. That's what I meant.
Son, the soundtrack is
flames.
fire, son.
Soundtrack
She dropped the album.
flames, dog.
Huh?
She dropped her separate album. So
Yeah.
there's a soundtrack album for the movie, and then she dropped her own shit.
Wait,
It's called Lion King: The Gift.
Yeah.
there's just songs about the jungle, or
No.
Yeah.
It's like part of the movie and just her album.
I'm confused.
So
So she
it's
has.
two albums or no?
No. So there's the soundtrack for the movie where there's like 2 songs that she's on, and then she just dropped a solo project that's Afrobeat based, and it has some like little interludes from the movie.
Y'all seen
I said
the
word wrong. I think.
y'all seen the picture where Beyonce's facing the lion and underneath it Jay-Z is facing a camel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
Yo, that shit was
So good.
funny.
That was really funny.
So good.
Yo, fucking Jay-Z, man.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you can't have it all.
Yeah, you
All
can't. Like,
I don't think you'll get any smoke from the Beehive if you're like, hey, maybe you're just not the best actress, even a
Yeah.
voice actress.
son,
All
can't have
right.
it all. But the album slaps.
The album's
music is
great.
good.
Listen to the album all the way back, but yeah, no, can't. She can't act for shit. You seen Carmen the Hip Opera? We should have known then.
Oh, shit.
This shit was
forget
terrible.
about that.
It was bad.
You never seen
You
a
didn't see
hip
that?
opera? The
No.
Makai Pfeiffer?
Oh,
And
Othello.
Most Def?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Othello?
Yeah.
That shit was
I never
It
saw
was
it.
like a
but
rap version
I
of
know of it.
Othello and like fucking Most Def and like Makai Pfeiffer all like rapping and Carmen's like Beyonce and it's like it's Beyonce. She
fucking-
can't act,
fucking
bro.
R.
Like,
Kelly trapped in a closet was better.
Yeah.
Than that shit.
you seen Goldmember?
Son,
Yeah.
she's
Can't
She's
have
over for like
everything,
she's
bro.
over for a movie.
Can't have everything.
Yeah.
Beyonce is one of the greatest
Damn, that
entertainers
should've
of
been
all
my
time.
flagrant
but-
What about the one where she beats up her husband or some shit?
Technically,
yeah.
she didn't do it. It was her sister.
No, not that movie.
I thought you were talking about the elevator.
That's a home video, dog. I'm talking about the movie. No, she beat up her. It was like she had a
Idris Elba,
jealous
like cheats
husband.
or something, and then
Right. It was like
she-
one word. It was like called
yeah.
like
Say,
obsession.
look up
or something
Beyonce with
bullshit.
Idris Elba. That
Boom. There you go. IMDb. There it is. What's the movie? Obsessed.
That's
there
the
we
one.
go.
Oh, so
Yeah.
that was her.
She was getting Cadillac Records.
Oh,
that was
she
like
was-
her J-Lo movie where she like a tiny girl can beat up a big ass dude.
Yeah.
no, she beats up the white bitch.
Oh,
I should see this movie.
I support that.
Yeah, I should see this movie.
Can you feel the love? All right, let's take it home with some singing. Ready?
Pull up the
We're gonna take us get to the lyrics up, and we're gonna take it out like a family.
We got one more.
Done.
Utopia.
Oh,
What happened?
fuck! You know what? You right, man.
All right.
Before we get out of here, and this is perfect to leave on. Can you feel the love tonight? Because before you feel the love tonight, I would say approximately 15 to 20 minutes before you feel the love
Oh
tonight.
yeah.
You gotta pop that blue chew, bro. That's what Rafiki was mixing up in that bowl. He was just putting that shit on Simba's head. He just crushed up some chew. He put that shit in his head. He's like, yo, 20 years from now, this boner's gonna ravage Beyonce. You're gonna come out of the sticks with a fucking ferret and a pig, and she's still gonna want to fuck with you, dog. BlueChew.com. BlueChew.com. You already know, okay? Code is Flagrant, like it always is. If you guys haven't heard, if you're brand new to this podcast, we got hard dicks on this podcast, okay? We got hard dicks.
Straight up.
Straight up, not playing around. Them shits don't go forward. They don't hang a little bit down because it's heavy at the top. They go straight to the motherfucking belly button. Okay? Why? Blue Chew. Okay? Same active ingredient that's in Viagra, Cialis, all that kind of stuff. Only difference is you chew this, it hits you faster, it hits you better. You know what I mean? Alex said it made his dick even grow.
It did.
So, BlueChew.com. Promo code is Flagrant. You go get that, okay? You join the army. We're not playing around. Give your girlfriend the weekend of her life, okay? Give the new girl that you just want to sleep with the night of her life. Set that expectation you'll never be able to live up to again. Do what you got to do to bring the thunder. It's your girl's birthday? Good. Ladies, get chewed out by your man. You deserve it. You order it for him. And you know what? It's free. All you got to do is pay $5 shipping. So basically, guys, we're not playing around, all right? We out here delivering, okay? And you deliver that D. You chew them up, and then you chew it out. Simple as that. Ladies, you deserve it. Fellas, you deserve it. This is about male optimization right here, okay? Ladies, optimize those orgasms. Get your man to chew up that blue chew. Do what he got to do. Once again, the promo code is Flagrant, and it's BLUECHEW.com. Promo code Flagrant. Try that shit right now. Now, I think for us to take it out, we got to bring on the song. This is presented by Blue Chew, of course. We got the lyrics up?
Yo, I don't know none of this shit.
All right. No. We got it. Ready? I can see what's happening,
What?
and they don't have a clue.
Who?
They'll fall in love, and here's the bottom line. Our trio's down to 2.
Oh.
The sweet caress of twilight. There's magic everywhere. And with all this romantic atmosphere, disasters in the air. Can you feel the love tonight? The peace the evening brings.
I know that was the lyric.
Now we fucked that one up.
The
world for once in perfect harmony with all its living things. So many things to tell her, but how to make her see the truth about my past?
Impossible.
She turned away from me. He's holding back, he's hiding. But what I can't decide, why won't he be the king I know he is?
Beehive.
The king I see inside.
Do it in the beehive. Can you feel the love tonight? The peace of evening brings. The world for once in perfect harmony with all its living things. Beehive, why'd y'all kill Mufasa? Y'all didn't have to run over Mufasa like that.
Word. All right, that's good.
What's your name, Anala?
This is another episode of Flagrant 2. No Easy Buckets analysis by assholes. Water cooling commentary for your sports media. Thank y'all so much for fucking with us. You already know where the dates are. Oh, Akaash, you got a new tour,
Yes,
man.
let's go.
Akaash, talk about
Get them
that tour,
dates
man.
out.
Yo, we are on I'm going on tour. I'm headlining. Y'all been asking. I'm going. It's the BDE tour. Hashtag BDE, Big Desi Energy. Got my boy Danish Makbul featuring for me on some Unity shit, even though I don't really mean it. He knows I love him. Here's the dates. September 6th, we're in Houston at the Secret Group at 8 p.m. We're going to add a second show, hopefully. Just make sure you cop tickets. We'll sell it out. We'll have 2 shows. September 7th in Austin, Fallout Theater, 7 p.m. Back there again at 8:30 p.m. on September 8th. September 13th, San Francisco, Piano Fight, 2 shows, 8 and 10:30. September 19th in Los Angeles, we're at the Comedy Store in the Belly Room at 8 p.m. Portland, Curious Comedy on September 20th. And Minneapolis, the Sisyphus Brewing, 2 shows on October 11th. Come through. Tickets available on my website for all the clubs that got their shit together.
AkaashSingh.com.
Word.
AKAASHSINGH.com. And I'm sure the ticket links will be available for each club in the near future. Some are available right now. Go get them. Get on it right now. Kaz.
Yes, sir. Nothing, man. Go support Akaash's tour. AkaashSing.com.
Hey,
Get them
appreciate that.
tickets, bro.
Yo,
I
do
might
that
have
shit.
some news. Well, I definitely have some news in a few about if you're a wrestling fan and see me around doing stuff. But We'll talk about that later.
Okay,
in
you don't want to
future
mention
episode.
now?
In a future episode.
Okay, we'll do
Soon as-
future episode.
Yeah.
Matador Tour, still going, still popping, still chugging around. We're doing the now here come the theaters, guys.
It's not chugging. It's doing more than chugging. It's building steam.
Yeah, man. No, it's been pretty fucking exciting, man. I've been up in Montreal doing the Nasty show. It's been unbelievable. I mean, it's just fucking incredible venue. Tellus, and it's just, I don't even know how big this shit is, man. It's like over 1,000 people easy, and we just do, I think we're doing 11 total shows there. We got the Inside Joke show in Montreal, that's sold out. The Unsafe Sets show in Montreal, that's sold out. I'm excited for it. But then the INDULGE.com, I think we're gonna go to DC. Well, actually, no, we got Russia. That's gonna be hot. Then we got Australia. That's fire. Those tickets are moving quick, man. Get on that. If you're Australian, get on that. You don't get to see me, so get on that now. And then we got when we come. What else do we got when we come back from that? Oh yeah, then we got DC, Chicago, and go to theandrewschultz.com. We keep on adding more and more dates, man, and get on it quick, man. Now we're doing these theaters. It's an exciting
Montreal,
thing.
DC, Chicago, then Russia.
Ah,
Then
gotcha.
Then Australia.
Then Australia, my bad. So that's the order. So make sure you go get them shits immediately, man. Keep spreading the word. Thank y'all so much for all the support, sharing the clips, building the army, man. It's fucking great.
Oh
So-
shit, man! And shout out to everybody this past weekend in Detroit. This is by far the most fucking assholes.
Oh, this is so sick.
that came out for Duce Palooza, man. Like, because I mean, honestly, didn't know what kind of crowd we're gonna attract. As soon as I walked out, map, yo, throw it up. I was like, oh
Gang.
man, that shit is fucking
Gang,
dope, bro.
gang,
So
gang.
shout out to everybody in Detroit showing that love,
Keep building the
I heard
army,
you was- I heard
man.
you was saucy early, cat.
bro. Big sauce, big sauce. I take these. I appreciate these parties so much more now when I get to go.
But I had
out, so.
DMs. I was like, yo, look at this asshole. He's
Bro,
already sauced.
I was-
Look,
You
hour
needed
in.
that
I
shit,
did
bro.
that. I
Daddy
did
duty's
that,
rough,
bro.
son. Let the man enjoy Detroit. All right, we
Right.
got to get the fuck out of here, man. We will see y'all on the Patreon this Friday. Pull up. Remember, it's patreon.com/flagrant2 if you want to continue your experience with us and keep building with us, man. I got to link up with Bash, who runs our Discord. You want to ask, access to the Discord, obviously you get that through the Patreon, and that shit is wild out there. I linked up with him when I was in Montreal, man. They've been doing some great stuff on the Discord.
So can I read a joke that I saw on the Discord? I hopped in there for a minute. Alex came through,
Yeah,
apparently.
I jumped in.
And then when
they
you-
started-
when you
fucking
left
killed
early,
him, son.
Apparently you left a little early, and then a lot of jokes came because
Oh,
that's,
man.
you do tend to be aborting things.
They had a video of Alex on the Raisin Bran box, and it's 2 scoops.
Yeah, they started roasting the shit.
Can I read one?
I love that roasting shit. Like,
Yeah, go
I'm
on. read it.
fine.
That's the best
Alex-
channel on the Discord right
Alex,
Read
let me
your
know
joke.
if you don't want this out there, right? It's a slim.
Let's do save for Patreon.
Okay,
Patreon.
all right. I'll save
Anyway.
Patreon.
But yo, come through the Patreon, man. Come on over, check out what we're doing. Get involved in that Discord. It's so crazy to see, man. Bash was really breaking down the Discord for me. I've been out, but I'm gonna get involved. I did a little video for the Discord.
Oh, where?
Yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah. did a little
Oh
video.
shit! This what's up?
Did you see the video of it?
No, I'm gonna check it out.
It's
because
in the Discord?
yeah, I put the video in the Discord.
Oh, I didn't
As a
see
matter
it.
of fact, I don't want to tease what it is. Y'all can go check out the Discord
Shout
and
out
then
to,
see
like,
it.
the 3 lady assholes that are in the Discord.
Yo, run in the Discord
They're
too.
fucking brave,
Nah,
bro.
dog. I seen real talk. A relationship. I'm not gonna put any information out there, but I'm saying a relationship I know of might be popping off via
There we
Discord.
go.
Really?
Yeah.
And it was kind of
Oh.
cool, man. The fellas are
Flagrant
respectful out there, man.
Yeah.
Bash was asking the girls if they've ever been, harassed or anything like that, and they were like, "Nah, not at all. Everything's been good." So that's the thing, which often, equates to the rest of the world. Is like we out here talking. A lot of times, people talking the most shit are the people that make sure everybody's taken care of and safe. So y'all come join in, fuck around, joke around, and we will see you guys Friday. And if we don't see you Friday, we'll see you guys next week. Peace.
God bless.